What's going on, everybody? Welcome again to another episode of The Push. I am Dom Mallon here with the owner slash Jefe slash boss of BodySlam.net and all its affiliates, Cassidy Haynes.
What happening, brother?
Dude, you always look so, puzzled whenever I say and all its affiliates.
Well, because you usually mix it up every time, so I never really know what I'm the boss of until you say it. So it's always a surprise.
You're just the boss, man, whatever it is. I'm just looking for creative different avenues that you're still the boss of.
I like that. I'm good with it. I'm always surprised because I'm like, what's he going to say? How's this going to come off today? Is he going to stumble through it? Is it going to be smooth? Is it going to make any sense? That's usually what my looks like. How is this introduction going to go?
Nah, it's not like we got Thunder Rosa on. I'm not going to be all starstruck for you.
Oh, man, you should be. Apparently, did you see the thing I tweeted out today about some kind of daily UK article about if you have 700 followers on social media, you're a celebrity. So,
oh, yeah?
I'm a fucking celebrity, bro, so you should be starstruck.
You've been a celebrity to me for a long time, buddy. But
it is what it is.
The reason for the season today is Halloween Havoc. NXT is bringing it back, and so are we here at BodySlam.net. We decided to do our very first watch-along for the podcast.
I'm wearing an orange and black Halloween-flavored shirt, even though it's an Elimination Chamber shirt that me and you went to in March for my birthday, and not for Halloween, but festive. You know what I'm saying?
I'm very, very happy about that. In fact, can you stand up just a little bit more for our people on YouTube? It's a Flyer shirt.
Yeah, on the back. On the back, it's like I was there, and the date, I think, or the year. So I was there in 2020. So that's what it says on the back.
That was a fun pay-per-view for the card that they presented.
I had a blast, man, and I remember everybody complaining about Shayna Baszler, and I was just pumping my fist and being so excited about the ass kicking she delivered to everybody because that's the way it should have fucking been.
Right.
She's a cage fighter. She fights in a cage.
No, I agree. I just wish that they would have done more in the follow-up. But what are you going to do?
Yeah, well, COVID happened like a week later and that fucked everything up, dude.
Yeah, no, that's true. I guess
she's a tag team champion now. What do you got to work? What are you complaining about?
Exclusive to Raw until when the titles come off them, if they ever come off them.
Until they split tag teams up again, because that's what we do.
But anyway, we've already been
we got distracted. This is what we do: is we get distracted here.
But yeah, so we put a poll up on Twitter, and in that poll, I threw four options out there. I took it upon myself to basically just pick the four.
Yeah, you took liberties, but that's okay. You picked some good random ones. I liked it.
I had you in mind though, because I knew you said you wanted to watch 2000. And
just because I'm in the 2000s run right now. I'm deep into 2000 WCW, so I'm going to get to that one eventually anyway.
It was close though. I think it came neck and neck between 96 and 99.
I think so. Honorable 2000 had a lot of votes too. I was surprised how many votes it got. I was shocked that there's that many people that are interested in this. So I mean, that's even more exciting for me because I was wanting to do this just to do it just for shits and giggles. So.
The first poll came down to a close finish, and we ended up with 1996. And
boom!
It's a
first
big card.
Year of the NWO, man. This is like we're a couple months in.
NWO is still hot here.
And this is 2 pay-per-views in, I think, as well. The one before this was, the first pay-per-view with them formed was Hog Wild, I think, because they formed at Bash to the Beach, and the next one was like Hog Wild at Sturgis. So I think this is Fall Brawl was before that. So this is right after Fall Brawl. So this is like the third pay-per-view after the NWO was going, it looks like. If I remember my 1996 WCW correctly.
I was going to say, man, I rely on you for that kind of stuff when it comes to it.
I lived and breathed WCW in 1996. 13-year-old me, all in.
So that's why I kind of lean on you for that. But we have some great matches, including Rey Mysterio versus Dean Malenko for the Cruiserweight title. We have Harlem Heat versus the Outsiders, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall for the tag titles. And the main event, we have Hollywood Hulk Hogan versus, Randy Savage. Baby.
Man, you didn't even touch on some of the ones I'm really excited about.
I know. I'm not going to go through. I'm not going to go through the whole card.
Well, I mean, the one I'm really looking forward to here coming up is going to be that DDP and Eddie Guerrero, because this is 96 DDP. This is right when he's first taken off.
True.
Where he's not wearing all the tassels and like 13 different gimmicks right now. Like he's just now starting to come into his own. That'll be a good one. And then we got Jericho and Syxx, X-Pac, and Waltman. That'll be a good one.
Yep. Arn Anderson versus Lex Luger.
And Arn Anderson, he looks like he's 47 in this era, but he's really in his early 30s. It's crazy.
Jeff Jarrett versus a very, very young Big Show, a.k.a. the Giant.
Yeah, and this is Jarrett when he was almost with the Horsemen, right? When he was still before he went back to WWF.
Right.
Again, yeah. All right. We got a Benoit and Steve McMichael. So this is right in the middle of that Horseman, Deborah McMichael, Jarrett nonsense.
And they're facing Meng and the Barbarian.
Yeah, we got the Outsiders against Harlem Heat for the tag titles. This will be good. I'm surprised they didn't put Juventud and Psychosis versus Damien and Halloween, which is a dark match. I'm surprised they didn't put that on the main card as the opener. That would have been hot, man.
I know.
But I guess Rey Mysterio and Dean Malenko is your opener, so that's money. I remember this match, dude. This match is fucking awesome. So I'm ready to go whenever, bro. I'm going to get my remote ready here.
I'm bummed. I have a Faces of Fear Meng and Barbarian shirt, and I couldn't find it. I was so mad. I know.
I'm mad at you now, too.
I'll break it out later in life.
I'm really mad at you.
Why?
Because that shirt would have been perfect, and you fucking dropped the ball.
You want me to get one more dig through just to do this?
No.
You want me to stop this, and we can start from scratch with my Faces of Fear shirt on? All right.
No, we wouldn't start from scratch. It would just be you come back with a new shirt on, and the continuity's all fucked up, but we don't care with it. We just roll with it like it didn't happen.
We can still do it. I'm sure it's a 3-hour pay-per-view.
I'll be smoking this, and it's long, it's short. We come back, it's long, it's short, it's back long again, and we're like, what happened? And we're like, nothing.
All great movies have at least 25 to 30 problems like that. So.
Oh yeah, I learned this during film school. It was a son of a bitch to do stuff like that, to make sure you didn't make mistakes.
Let's look. Let's get into it because we got a great pay-per-view ahead of us. It's about 3 hours long, and it's going to be fun to watch. But we are going to count it down for you so that we can sync up with all of the listeners.
Let's give everybody a chance to pull it up. We're going to say Halloween Havoc 1996. Cue it up on the network right now, or however you're going to watch it. If you have the VHS tape, I don't have it. It would have been great if I could have pulled it out, right? I think I probably have a box where I VHS recorded it on a VHS off of pay-per-view that night,
right,
live in my room. I could shuffle that out, but we're not going to do that because we're not looking for shirts, so we're not going to look for old VHS tape trading day stuff. So yeah, look, I know, right?
I love my Dana Bill Team Tremendous shirt. I rock this all the time.
That's a fine shirt, but it's no Meng and Barbarian. All right, Halloween Havoc 96. Everybody got it up now. We're going to hope we do. If not, just pause this and get it ready because here we go. It's going to go Halloween Havoc 96. Count us down, Dom.
You want me to count it down?
I want you to count it down. You're the quarterback.
I'm going to start from 5. Everybody starts from 3.
We're going to start at 5. We're going to go 5.
We're going to go 5.
We're going to go on 1. We're going to go on 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Is that what we're going to do? Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I like it. I like it. Very Michael Scott style.
Yeah.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, I'm ready. Leg drop. Boom. Are we timed up? Eric Bischoff's giving me the one finger. Hogan's throwing fists. Are we good?
Well, here, I'll just peel back the curtain a little bit, and I will show you where I'm at.
I can't see what's happening.
Hold on. I'm seeing if it'll adjust.
Is Hogan spray painting Liz? Kick to the face on Luger.
Yeah, we're good. We're so good.
All right, we're timed up. All right. Macho Man's a dead body. I like this, dude. These are the good old days.
Oh my God, look how old school Big Show looks there.
Man, he was young too here.
You're still a young man.
Remember when he was supposed to be Andre's something?
Andre's son or uncle?
I don't know. They didn't really explain it. Yeah, you don't think he'd be his uncle. But I remember when he first debuted, he first debuted at that I think it was a Asheville, North Carolina show when he ran over Hogan's I don't know. Anyway, he ran over Hogan's truck in Asheville at Fall Brawl, but I do remember he was like, I feel the spirit of Andre in him, brother, and he was all like, whatever, and that's what he was supposed to be. And they dropped that shit real quick.
I'll tell you what, I love the old school graphics with the little witch going across the screen.
Dude, Halloween Havoc was my favorite. And I was listening to 83 Weeks with Bischoff, and they were talking about how like everybody says that Starrcade is WCW's WrestleMania, but he always considered Halloween Havoc to be WCW's WrestleMania, which I think is pretty cool. Because my first ever live pay-per-view that I watched as a kid, because like when you're a little kid, like I'm 7 at the time, like you don't get to watch pay-per-views, especially in like 1990, unless you're like you've got a satellite or your parents like shit money.
But those first few that you get to watch like that, they stick out.
Oh my God. So 1990 Halloween Havoc was my first, and my buddies and I guess he had a satellite, and I don't think it was, I think it was one of those where it was cracked and you could like, they dialed it in and turned it and you got to watch shit for free. So Halloween Havoc 90 was my first one. So
look at how young everybody looks here. Tony Schiavone, Dusty Rhodes. Look how young Dusty Rhodes looks there.
Dusty's all swolled up, bro. He was still trying to wrestle right now at this point. He was fresh out of one. He still wants to be in the ring. Because remember, I think when he did leave here, he went to ECW and actually wrestled. Remember?
Yo, I always forget about that. How long was he? How long was he there?
6 months probably.
It's a long run.
It's not bad. He did that. He did that program with Carino and whoever. You know what I mean? It was a Carino program.
I'm screwing up all over the place already. I wanted to get my Meng and Barbarian shirt out. I wanted to buy some Slim Jims for tonight.
Me too. I didn't do anything good.
It's okay.
We got the Cruiserweight title match coming up right now. Here we go. I'm excited. I love this set too. The tombstones. Elvis lives. You see that? Here comes Dean Malenko.
It's so simple. I look at the background too.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I
not
love
just the tombstones, but the fact that the entrance looks like a mausoleum.
Yeah, dude, and there's the glowing jack-o'-lantern up above it. Mm-hmm. I love Halloween Havoc, man. I think this is before they started making it a regular in Vegas. Are we in Vegas right now? Can you look and see where this is?
We are in Vegas. We're in Las Vegas, Nevada.
This is when they started making it a regular. This is probably the first year it was in Vegas, and it was in Vegas every year.
Okay.
See what year was the first one. See where they were in 95.
I love the turnbuckles. Look at how the turnbuckles look like Slim Jims.
Well, that's just the outside. They got the little padding on the outside of the metal. It says Slim Jim. The turnbuckles are still just yellow, but they've got the padding on the posts.
I know, but if you buy a Slim Jim, it's yellow and then the top is red, so it looks like a Slim Jim.
Yeah.
Don't listen, buddy. All right.
Look, man.
Don't try to step to me. Don't change the subject. Don't change the subject. What am I looking up? Where was 95 at?
Yeah, see what year they first started going to Vegas for these.
Halloween Havoc 1995. That was in Detroit.
Okay, so this is the first year they've got it in Vegas every year. Check out the ring, too, man. They got the canvas painted in the middle, and then they got a lot of – dude, this is going to be – if this gets wet, this is going to be a slick son of a bitch. They got a lot of paint on this canvas, man. We got 4 Slim Jim ads in the corners. We've got the WCW Halloween Havoc logo in the middle.
Dean's going to town on him early. Voice of Mike Teddy.
Oh, they had to bring him in because they're going to be doing moves that Bobby Heenan and Tony Schiavone have no clue what they are. So they had to bring Mike Tenay in there to be like, explain what's happening.
Bobby Heenan wasn't in the original 3 when they showed the commentary. It was Tony Schiavone, Dusty Rhodes, and who was the third guy?
Bobby Heenan, Dusty Rhodes, Tony Schiavone.
That was Bobby Heenan?
Bobby Heenan was on the far right, bro.
Oh, my God. I didn't even notice him there. He looked so different to me.
No, it was definitely Heenan, 100%.
Wow. So why the hell is anybody listening to us while they watch this when they could be listening to Dusty Rhodes and Bobby Heenan?
Well, I could just be my Dusty Rhodes if you want me to. Here we go with the arm takedown. Here, he's clubbering on his arm.
I'm not even going to try to be Bobby Heenan. No.
You can be Tony Schiavone.
Yeah, I'll be Tony Schiavone. I think I could be a good Tony Schiavone.
Can you do it today? No,
I can't.
No.
I can only be Tony Schiavone. Because Tony Schiavone is like the everyday man announcer.
God. I love Mark Curtis, too. Watch how excited the referee is over all these flipping moves. Look at him. He's like, oh, my God. What? He's going to do something with it. Throw a push him. Oh, look at Mark Curtis is so excited. Or what was his real name? Brian Hildebrand?
It's so.
I love that they gave him a fucking gimmick name. Because he was, I think, Brian Hildebrand in like Smoky Mountain Wrestling and like everywhere else. But when he comes here, he's Mark Curtis.
Being a professional wrestling ref is such an underrated job because it's so easy to look awkward, out of place, or make a mistake. But like, you got to do a lot of work to make the match flow right.
And they've got the producer in their ear, and they're keeping time.
Right. You never get any credit for it.
No. That's why I think they take a lot of wrestlers that just couldn't cut it, and they try to make them do refereeing because they understand what's going on. It should be a smooth transition.
I sound less like Tony Schiavone and more like Minkus from Boy Meets World cheering on the refs.
Well, Mark Curtis is the best, bro. Look how he's more excited than anything else going on about this right now. He's fucking loving it. So I guess this is Rey Mysterio's got his mask back. Oh, that's right, because Dean stole his mask, and I guess Rey gets his mask back. He's swapping him out here, so he's gonna take off the. I forgot that was the storyline that this had happened. Like I guess the last pay-per-view or something. Rey had gotten his mask stolen by Dean Malenko.
So what about the other mask? Dean should just go back and take the other mask off the ground.
Just take the spare mask and be like, "Gotcha,
take the count
bitch.
out.
Gotcha, bitch. What you gonna do now? I still got your mask." And then it's just like, yeah, what's Rey gonna do about that? Rey's got the mask that doesn't match now, but it still kind of works because there's red in it and white in it. Full delay. Oh,
let me ask you something. Were you NWO Hollywood or Wolfpack?
Initially,
just looking back on it now.
During the split, like when the split actually happened, at that point, it was just whatever. I don't really remember being one way or the other, honestly. I know I was super NWO, though, when the fucking initial thing happened. But I probably leaned Hollywood more just because I was such a huge Hulk Hogan mark. Or, no, I wasn't a Hulk Hogan fan. I was a Hollywood Hogan. I loved Hollywood. I was not a fucking Hulk Hogan fan.
I agree. Because you know what, I was a little young for the original Hulk Hogan phase, and by the time that I was getting into wrestling would have been 95, 96 when he was finally doing that turn.
Man, I was like a kid during the 80s, so like I grew up to it, and I remember even just hating it because I hated watching Hulk Hogan matches because I knew what was going to happen. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, you know what's going to happen here, right? He's going to get beat up, and then here he comes. He's hulking up. You know what I mean? Big point, punch, throw the ropes, boot, leg drop, match over. It's like, well, there's no excitement there. Even as a kid, I was like, this is terrible. I didn't like the whole like whatever shtick. I think Hogan was probably the root of me being a fan of bad guys. Now that I think about it, it's because I was just so like, I hate this cotton candy bullshit that Hulk Hogan did as a kid.
If you think about it, how many big time mainstream heels preceded him in that? You know, to call it the Attitude Era, but that 90s Generation X era, you know?
Wait, what are you asking me? Sorry.
Nah,
I got busy watching Dean stretching this little guy up.
I weirded the question wrong, but what I'm trying to
you definitely weirded that question wrong. I don't know what that means either, but you weirded it wrong. The statement of how you weirded it wrong, that's correct. Because I don't know what that means exactly either, but you weirded it wrong.
I don't think I'm Tony Schiavone. I think I'm more like I want to be like Dave LaGreca. I feel like I'm.
You're a Mark. Are you a Mark Madden?
Mark Madden. I don't know. You tell me. I feel like I can't really say. Am I?
I don't know yet. I don't think you've figured it out yet.
I'm a Irish Italian Catholic from the Jersey Philly area that just wants to interview wrestlers and get in the business without being in the business. I feel like I strive to be Dave LaGreca.
That was tough. That was a tough suplex right there. Ooh.
Yeah,
I like this guy in the front row. How come everybody's wearing sunglasses in the front row? These guys are great. Check out the front row here.
Old school spotlights, man.
No, it has nothing to do with it. They're in Vegas. It's a bunch of fucking cool guys.
They're probably all banged up.
There's a bunch of Chads and Todds out there. Look, hang on. No offenses to Chads and Todds in there.
I was going to say, what does that even mean? Is that like calling someone a Karen?
Yeah, look at him. See him? Look at those guys. One's got a top hat.
Is that Slash?
I don't know. Is it? That'd be a whole lot cooler if it was. The only reason you should have a top hat and sunglasses on at anything in Vegas is if you're fucking Slash. Fact.
I mean,
you can quote me on that. You can quote me on that.
If we have to talk about the amount of weeks,
I will die on that mountain. I will die on this mountain.
If we have to talk about the amount of weeks it's been since Slash hasn't been in professional wrestling, we have to go back several weeks because he was on last week's Dynamite.
Slash was?
Yeah, dude. He was in the main event.
Oh, that's right. They talked. He had his. Yeah. I was like, what?
Wunderslash.
I forgot. I was confused for a second. I thought you were talking about Slash at the New Church from TNA.
No, dude. There's only one Slash.
Do you know that? Do you remember Slash?
No, because to me, there's only one Slash.
So James Mitchell had the Disciples of the New Church when he came in, and it was like the bad guy faction. It was like they feuded with CM Punk, and it was like Raven, and he was like, all those guys. But Slash ended up was like, I think that was Wolfie D from PG-13. We talked about, remember PG-13? Jerry Lawler's boys from USWA.
Yep.
W for a little bit, and then were the Nation of Domination guys that would rap them to the ring.
Right.
The two guys that would rap. That's PG-13.
Okay.
Wolfie D, one of them, he shaved his head and changed his look completely and ended up being Slash from TNA. Totally changed the look.
Really?
Not that Slash. But now that I'm looking at it, I don't think that's Slash. I think it's a guy dressed as Slash for Halloween. Or it's just a guy looking like Rob Zombie for Halloween. Oh, no.
So he's Slash. You ever see that South Park episode where they're talking about like the origin of Slash and he's basically Santa Claus? And they're like, so who dressed up at my party and played at my birthday party? One of our parents. Yeah, but who was the lead guitarist for Guns N' Roses? One of our parents.
That's awesome. I don't remember. I'm sure I've seen it, man. I've watched so many South Parks over the years.
Oh, I love that episode. Dude, this match is – we haven't been talking –
This is a banger for an opener, bro. I'm watching the shit out of it.
Yeah, we haven't been talking about it enough. There's been so many just fluid high spots where it doesn't even feel like it's a high spot. It just feels like it's another move in the match.
Man, that was like real smooth into that camel clutch right there. Dude, check out Mark Curtis's hair and mustache, man. That shit's fucking beautiful. Bow tie, looking strong.
You know what's funny? One of the things that got me into WCW originally, or that I was really interested in, was when Rey Mysterio lost his mask. I remember being fascinated by that.
I hated it.
Well, I was like I said, I was 5 or 6 at the time, so I just thought it sucked that he had to take his mask off.
Yeah, and then they did it to all of them. They did it to Hoovy. They did it to Psychosis. They did it to – I mean, Conan even had a mask at first, but he took it off anyway.
They did it to everybody.
Yeah, that was like their fucking thing. WCW loved to take luchadors' masks and ruin them in Mexico.
Or take the one star in Mexico who's like a teen heartthrob and then put a mask on him in Conan.
No, they took them. Conan always had a mask, and then he started wrestling in WCW without the mask. When he first came up and he was the Mexican heavyweight champion, he had like his half mask that he always wore. It was kind of like what Ray was wearing, but it was just like on the top half of his head.
But he was at that point doing the telenovelas and was like a brand name without the mask, right?
Probably, dude. I think he did stuff in Mexico without the mask, but he also did it with half. He did with both.
Okay.
Yeah, because he was he was that guy. He worked that half mask anywhere we could pretty much see who he was.
Right. I always love that idea that you could be such a brand name, but then still be mysterious enough to walk around as a private citizen and nobody would know.
Dude, because your mask is your brand. That's why everybody's mask is different. I love it. I got a thing for masks. I got a bunch of sleeper hold. We got to wrap him up. He's out. You got to choke him out. It's in there tight. Mark Curtis checking. You see that?
Oh, he taps.
Oh man.
Wait, what the hell?
He's not tapping. Mark Curtis is checking to see how tight it was.
Oh, he definitely just did this like 4 times.
No, that's not tap. A tap is like real quick and repeated, like little ones. That was just slapping. He's just slapping to get it. He's just trying to get fired. Oh, I hit my mic. Like, sorry about that. He's getting fired up, bro. He's getting slapping on him. Getting hyped. Now he's about out. Oh, we got 1. Oh, that's a 2. That's 2. Nope. Not happening. Oh, elbows to the ribs.
I love the dudes in the front row that, like you said, they're just getting so hyped.
Look at the guy in the beard. That beard is serious, right about underneath Mark Curtis there.
Dude, the amount of NWO shirts.
I'm telling you, dude, the NWO is hot right here. We're like 3 months into it, bro.
The NWO shirt, the white NWO shirt, is the most iconic wrestling shirt of all time.
The one I have, the one I wear is still mine that I got probably 1996 or 8.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have an NWO shirt yet. I have that sweet DX one. I actually have 2 DX ones, but I always say I'm going to buy an NWO one because now they're on WWE Shop and they're everywhere. But I
Yeah,
just
you can
never
find it
do.
at Walmart if you fucking walk around long enough. No, did you see that during this whole like uprising and everybody being all like political in the last like 8 months of the pandemic? Some fucking Karen went to Walmart and saw an NWO shirt and was trying to get Walmart boycotted for supporting the New World Order, thinking it was a fucking political statement. Not a damn wrestling shirt. Fucking legit. People were like, "Oh my god, look at this shit!" And people were like posting gifs of like of like Hollywood Hogan like too sweet, like rocking out and shit. She wasn't getting it.
Let me ask you a two-part question. Which state did it happen in, and why do you know that it was Florida without having to research it?
Which state did it happen in? It was Bash at the Beach '96 from the Oceanfront Center in Daytona Beach, Florida.
Where the woman went into the Walmart complaining about the
Oh,
NWO shirt.
I thought you were talking about where the turn of NWO happened. I'm assuming it was Florida as well, or it was probably a Georgia or North Carolina. It could be a North Carolina fucking thing for all I know, but it was definitely in the South.
I'm not gonna act like it couldn't have been Pennsylvania.
No, it was 100% in the South. 100% in the South.
Oh, okay. I always, for the little bit that I watched WCW, I really liked the Wolfpack. I was always into the Red NWO.
Yeah, I did like it when it happened. I did like the split just because they were like more edgy and Hogan was like went more cheesy, and I think that was what they tried to do.
Right.
But I definitely liked it. Well, because the initial plan was to have like the NWO be on one show and have WCW have the other show. And then that was the reason to load up all the people on the NWO and to have them split was that you're going to have all that. The NWO be the Nitro show, and then you're going to have rival NWOs feuding on Nitro, and then WCW is just going to be normal WCW on Thunder, I think was the original plan. But that never happened.
Well, they always said that pay-per-view sold out.
Yeah, but that was a little different.
Yeah, it was like DX fully loaded.
Yeah, that was a more or less just like watch NWO fuck with WCW. Dan Ray took a good bump there, a good tumble there to the floor.
This whole match has been stiff.
I've been at this building.
What building is this again?
This is the MGM Grand Garden Center.
Oh, what did you see at the Grand?
Motherfucking Double or Nothing last year, bro.
That's right.
Yeah, boy. That's where I got all. If you go look at my I think it's my Instagram. One of my profile photos, me and Ron Funches, like down there at front row.
Really?
At Double or Nothing, yeah.
Wait, so
funny story. So when I went to meet Ron Funches, I was talking to him and I was saying what's up or whatever. But a little backstory on that. My roommate at the time was a stand-up comedian as well, and he had.
What's his name? Put him over.
No, we're not doing that right now. I don't want to put my old roommate over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're feuding. We got a feud going. I'm gonna kayfabe this and keep this feud real because it's.
I'll put my old roommate over real quick. His name's Sean Morrison, and he's doing great right now. And what's up, Sean? All right, so go ahead.
Anyway, so you derailed me. Anyway, so I think he did like a graphic thing for Ron Funches. It was like the Drake's Uncharted cover, of like Drake swinging on a vine or whatever for the video game, and he put Ron Funches' face on there instead. So it's like Ron Funches was Drake from Uncharted or whatever.
Okay.
And Ron Funches, of course, retweeted it, and like put Carlos, my old roommate, over on that. So earlier I guess this was like May, about March or something like that. He was in Funches was performing in Charlotte, and my roommate and his girlfriend at the time went, and I didn't get to go. I think I was sick or something happened. I didn't get to go. I didn't get a ticket, and they ended up taking some weed I gave them some weed to go take down there, and they ended up smoking my weed with Ron Funches in the fucking green room after the show, and I'm like pissed as fuck. See, I'm like, because that was my dream. I was like, I wanted to smoke weed with Ron Funches so fucking bad. Didn't get to do it. My roommate got to do it instead with my weed. So I was like, you son of a bitch. So
is that where the animosity stems from?
No. We were good about that. It was just like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
So fast forward to Double or Nothing when I meet Ron Funches or whatever, and I mentioned that my roommate made that graphic for him. I was like, so my roommate made this thing for you, the Drake swinging from the thing graphic, and then he saw you in Charlotte, and he's like, Carlos, I love Carlos. And I was like, that motherfucker. Because I didn't even have to tell him his name. He remembered who he was before I even said it. And I'm like, you son of a bitch. So, yeah, like my roommate stole my thunder with fucking Ron Funches. Oh, that was a nice tumble spot. He lit a little deep on it. And he hit his ass on the fucking the carpet, but it missed
This
the
is a
net.
young Rey Mysterio here.
This is
So
a real young Rey Mysterio too, man. This is like, let's Google this. 1996. See how old Rey Mysterio was when he was born.
Me.
Yeah.
I'll Google
Well,
it.
yeah,
Okay.
because if I do it, I'm gonna fuck my thing up. Have you not noticed how I try to do that and I end up like screwing something up when I do it? I do that during our interviews all the time. I'm like, oh shit, what did I do? Like, you know,
So he was born in December of 1974, and this is in October of
so
1996.
he's 21,
So yeah, he would be 21 years old here. So
almost 22.
he'd basically be Dominic Mysterio's current age.
He's
in this.
almost 22, but he's already been wrestling for like 5 or
8
6 years now. 5 or 6 years now professionally.
Wasn't he wrestling since he was like 14?
But not professionally. I think he was like wrestling, but I think he had his like I think he was like professional at like 15 or 16. So that's why I say he's like 5 or 6 pro. But I think he started like 2 or 3 years before that. But I don't think he like, you know what I mean?
Right.
They're real fucking serious. Like, you don't get to go out there until you're fucking ready. And his family was famous anyway, so I'm sure they were like, you're not fucking ready until we say you're ready. Kind of like what Dominic did.
I just noticed on Ray's tights, he's got like the question marks on it.
Yeah, Mysterio, bro, because it's mysterious.
Oh, duh.
He had those on everything back in the 90s in WCW, man. That was like his thing. It was even on his mask.
Right.
Oh, the knee to the face. Look at that. Here comes his move. Nope. Dean throws him off. That was fucking awesome. Mysterio's up. Dean with the shots. Oh, here we go. Gut wrench powerbomb.
Oh!
Boom! Boom! Get one,
dos,
2, 3. Done, son. Dean Malenko, baby. What
a match.
Dope. That was dope. Look at that. Papa Shango shirt in the front row, my man.
I missed
The
that.
fire around it? Hold on. Dude standing up, and I swear it was a Papa Shango shirt with fire on it. Is Dean the new champion? I think. Is Ray didn't have the belt. I don't have the commentary on.
No. I think Dean started off as the champ. Hold on. Let me bring up the card.
No, Mysterio was the champion.
Yeah.
Dean just took it. Yeah. Dean's the new. He's celebrating, baby. And look at that. Is that not a Rey Mysterio or a Papa Shango shirt in the front row? Hang on. I know that.
Don't pause it.
I'm not pausing it. I'm going to point it out to you when he's back on.
What a match, though, huh?
That was a solid opener, man. That was a hot opener. Dude, that powerbomb from the middle rope, gut wrench style was dope.
You talk about zero, like, missteps, zero flubs. Everything just looks so fluid.
I didn't see one botch. If it was, I was talking to you and I didn't notice it.
Is that the Papa Shango right there in that?
I took my dog out, but I didn't see it. Hold on, I moved away.
Oh, no, that's not it.
There's an RF video fucking plug. Oh, man. Stagger Lee Marshall. Stagger Lee Marshall. Wait. He was big in the old days, man, like in the old territory days. He was a commentator back in the day. So I think when AWA folded or WCCW or something like that, he came from one of those. You get to Google will tell you. So that Stagger Lee definitely came from one of those old promote territories, and WCW absorbed everything that Vince McMahon didn't absorb. You know what I mean? Like when Larry Zbyszko came in and Eric Bischoff came from AWA and, other people.
Jeff Jarrett.
Dude, this was right out of WWF Jeff Jarrett too, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when he was like, look at that hair.
How about the way that he came across in the Nail in the Coffin pay-per-view?
Oh, it's very much how he is in real fucking life, my man.
Yeah. It's a shame.
I think he's kind of got his shit together now, though, that he went to rehab. But he always thought pretty big of himself, as far as I told. But my buddies that wrestle with him and for him and know him love him. You know what I mean? I think if he likes you, you love him kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But he thought very highly of himself. He always thought he was a bigger star than I think he actually was. You know what I mean?
Well, and you know what? That's the thing. I
think it came from what his dad company and him being the huge star down there in the territories, and then territories were just over in the last like 6 years. You know what I mean? So
he has
went to WWF and floundered out. So then he came here thinking he was going to shove it to WWF probably and be a bigger star than he was there, and then he just mid cards it here. So he's frustrated again. Man, look at that hair. I think he always thought of himself as like the next coming of Ric Flair, because then he always used the figure 4 too.
Yeah, what I was going to say is
Flair's hype though. I wish I knew what he was talking about.
Yeah.
He just said Stalin Profile line. He said NWO, woo, all night long. I can read that. Let's go, woo, woo, let's go. High fives. So I got a little bit of that. I've watched enough Ric Flair promos to know where we're going with the end when he just starts getting all hype and it's like shaking and throwing his arms around and shit. And you're like, oh, we're just gonna say woo and let's go. And
This match is Battle for the Ring.
oh, this is that DDP. He's got the Battle Bowl ring because he won the Battle Bowl this year.
I'm looking forward to this.
Maybe it was
man.
the King of Cable ring.
I love old school DDP.
Wait, was it the King of Cable ring or was it the Battle Bowl ring?
DDP.
Oh, I was wrong. He's still got all his gimmicks. He's not wearing the tassels now. He's still got the chains, the sunglasses, the rings, and the cigar.
I got to go find something. He's only down to 5 gimmicks, not like the 13 that he had to begin with. Man, I'm going to carry this right now. DDP, though, he started old. You guys remember that, though. He was, in his late 30s when he started deciding to wrestle because he was just a manager. He's another AWA guy that I talked about that I couldn't remember. Yeah. Bang, got Scott Hall. I think he came up with Scott Hall in AWA. That's where they got big together. Who we got now? Lots of sparks. Oh, Eddie Guerrero. Oh, man. The mullet is strong. The mustache is fucking powerful right now. Oh, this is my favorite Eddie Guerrero, too. Holy shit. This is right after this is when they just brought him in probably 2 years ago, Eddie Guerrero. After that WCW Worlds Collide pay-per-view where they brought him in after Art Barr. Oh, man. Here we go. They're trading shots. Bro, you missed the introductions of Eddie Guerrero coming out here. He was looking strong with that strong mullet and mustache combination. I saw it. I was still watching it, but I was looking around for this.
Oh, the DDP. We talked about this. And what are you going to do? You're not going to not get a baseball bat signed by DDP.
Pretty recognizable signature. This is why my batting average sucked so bad in Little League, because I was really good at this.
Yeah, that's all you practiced? Ooh. Man. So, yeah, DDP, I think, we have to look this up, but it's a battle for the ring. So it was either the King of Cable ring or he won a Battle Bowl, like pay-per-view, and won the Battle Bowl ring. It was one of the two. I can't remember because there was one of the things they brought back because there was a gimmick they did in the early 90s they brought back for this. But, man.
Oh, is that the guy standing up? Was that the Papa Shango shirt?
He's right in the middle, front row.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Right in the middle. He's right behind the action right now. I think he's the guy holding that fucking – that guy's holding the thing up, the picture that the guy's pointing at.
What color is his shirt that you're
White. He's right there with the glasses.
I was
holding did you see the guy holding the picture up that everybody was pointing at in the front row?
Yeah, I was looking for a black shirt the whole time.
No. It's white right there, the muscles and sunglasses. The third guy with the sunglasses on the left. He's got his hands on the guardrail.
Dude, Eddie's mullet is looking fierce.
I mean, this is sleek. It's shaved on the sides. That's how you can do that frog splash so good. You know
this
that?
Is prime mullet season.
It's real aerodynamic with the fucking sides all fucking slimmed down. That's how he gets so much fucking torque when he does the frog splash, bro.
But yeah, it is. But this is the era where that's not even that weird of a look.
No, I mean I'm telling you what it's for. You got it shaved on the sides for precision, and the back where the tail is, that's where he gets all the drag. So that's where the torque comes in when he does his frog splash. Without it, no power. Mm-hmm. People kick out left and right. But that mullet, it's like plus 500, plus 1,200 hit power, I think. Yeah. Nick Patrick looks hurt. I don't know what happened, but I think it's the NWO angle where Nick Patrick's starting to be the NWO referee.
Okay. Giving him like a justification to get him.
He's hurt. He's going slow.
Dude, young DDP, man. I mean, not young because he's in his mid-30s at this point.
Dude, mid-30s. I think he's in his late 30s, isn't he? He start wrestling. Because he started wrestling at like 35, 36. This is 96. He started wrestling like 93.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah, dude, because I remember watching WCW because he had – before Scott Hall went to because he was just managing Scott Hall as the Diamond Stud. But right after he left, he started wrestling. So I think we've already had like 2 years of Diamond Dallas Page wrestling at this point. I was talking about that while you were gone because he came over from the AWA like also to WCW when they kind of folded up.
We got DDP in the ropes, begging for mercy. So this is heel DDP here?
Yeah, for sure.
It's
because
so hard.
Eddie came in fired up and hot, so he had to be the baby.
It's so hard to take DDP seriously as a heel, knowing just everything that everybody knows about him now in retrospect, and how he's basically like an angel on earth.
He hadn't been a good guy yet in this point of his career, I don't think.
No, I know, but that, I mean, look, hindsight's 2020 when we're talking 24 years later.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I mean, ironically speaking, like his whole entire career leading up to this, he never wanted to. I don't think he was ever a good guy or babyface. Like the entire time in WCW, he was a heel. You know.
Even when they brought him over to WWE and had him feuding with The Undertaker, he was like, they had him.
Stalker. He stalked the Undertaker's wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, that's not big. Good guys don't stalk.
I remember
this shortly after this, when during the NWO feud, this is when he starts becoming like babyface DDP.
Right. I remember one of the two of them. It might have even been The Undertaker who said it, that he didn't like that angle.
Neither one of them liked it. I know DDP fucking hated it.
Yeah. I can see why. I can see why anybody would hate that angle.
Man, I wish I remember what the backstory was with this little like program between DDP and Guerrero here, because Guerrero came out fired up, like there was like some storyline going on that I'd definitely forgotten. But there, see, look right there, standing up on the front. That's a Papa Shango
crew neck sweater or crew neck sweatshirt.
It looks like one of those. It looks like one of those like airbrushed jackets that you can get. They're like those
starter or not starter jackets.
Not starter. Line. Those starting line. No.
Finish line.
Is it finish line?
Wait, no.
Chalk line.
Chalk line. I knew it was something with a line in it.
One of those. It's like a chalk line fucking Papa Shango from 1996. Dude, that thing is the heat.
Chalk line's so cool, but they're all so expensive.
Wait, does DD's Beat Tights just – what does it say right there across the thigh in the yellow? I swear to God, it just says yellow. Like it just like lists what color it is on his tights. Hold on, I really want to see what it says. You're texting me. What are you texting me about?
I was saying turn your volume down a little bit. Just a little bit.
Mic?
Yeah. But I was trying to keep kayfabe, you son of a bitch.
Well, I can't.
See, now you got me cursing. And not even cursing at you. You got me cursing at your dear sweet mother, who I think I respect more than you do at this point, given your amount of cursing.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Hey! Don't you bring Mama Malin into this.
Look at all those buns. Did you see the big boxes, Slim Jims in the back corner? Look at that.
No, I missed.
Look right behind DDP. Oh, DDP with the low elbow.
That's cool. Oh, that's something I was trying to say earlier. You went to Double or Nothing at this venue. I always thought when I was watching Double or Nothing that I always thought MGM had a few different venues within like the complex. Mm-hmm. So it looked smaller.
It's small.
Well, but I'm saying
16,000 people only.
But it looks bigger here than than Double or Nothing looked to me.
No, it looked big on the crowd in Double or Nothing. It's small when you get in there. You're like, oh, this isn't that big, but it's all seats. You know what I mean? There's no like wasted space in there, from like fucking roof to floor. You know. But I think it fits like what? Let me see how much capacity this building holds. Let's see, the MGM Grand Garden Arena. That's definitely the same venue because you can see the little MGM Grand lion in the back. It's a 17,000 seat stadium, 16,800 people. That's my good guess. I think I said 1,600, didn't I? Or 16,000, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Look at me, man. Fuck yeah. Look at me. Things I know and the things I don't know are terrible. Where I have no idea what's going on with the stuff that I do for a living, but I could tell you the capacity of MGM Grand Garden Arena, like it ain't nothing.
I kind of rely on you for the historical background of these WCW pay-per-views.
Oh, I can nail those, man. I mean, I lived it.
Good, because you're on the clock. You're on the clock for the next 2.5 hours.
Oh man, this was my life, brother. WCW, I lived and breathed it in 1990.
Oh, look at this!
Nick Patrick ain't taking that shit. 1, 2. Oh. He's hurt, though. Nick Patrick's selling that injury, too. Did you know Nick Patrick was a former NWA World Junior Champion, I think?
Was he really?
I'm pretty sure. If not, he definitely was he competed for the belt a few times. I'm going to Google that.
That doesn't shock me. That doesn't shock me because of the fact that he's just been so involved with storylines throughout his career and taken so many bumps throughout his career that
he was their head official for forever.
Right. And when he came to WWE, they used him as a head official for a long time.
Was he?
When they had like the original draft, he was like the head official for one of the two. I think maybe SmackDown for a while.
That sounds about right.
At least on camera. Eddie's selling the injury now. And he was so good at bumping. So good at everything. I mean, let's be honest.
Whoa. So Nick Patrick is the son of wrestling legend The Assassin? Assassin number 1? I did not know that. Dude, The Assassin's a legendary. He wore the mask.
Were you on his wiki?
Yeah, because I was trying to look up what his early wrestling career, and I couldn't find anything about it. It just talks about his WCW, but I swear he wrestled. Because I remember them talking about it, unless there was kayfabing it like a motherfucker during his.
Look at these quick turnovers.
It might have been kayfabing it was when Nick Patrick had to wrestle somebody, Jericho or whoever he wrestled.
Oh, stiff clothesline.
I let my dog in. He was crying at the door. I felt bad.
Aw, little puppy.
Yeah, he's a good little dude. He's a little Shih Tzu one. Yeah, Nick Patrick's selling that injury hard, brother. I wish I knew what they were talking about, though. I guarantee they keep bringing it up. I guarantee Death Row keeps like, Nick Patrick with that injured neck. He's hurt out there.
I'm watching with the closed captioning on. Turn your CC on, babe.
How do you do this? Let's Google that. No, I can just figure it out at the button.
You need to Google how to turn closed captioning on?
Dude, you don't know. I'm like, do you not know I don't know how to do things?
Unbelievable. Are you watching Xbox? I was going to say, if you're watching on the network, you can just...
I am watching on the network.
But I'm Chromecasting it, so I just have it on my computer.
Settings, closed captions.
I got such a nice little Halloween setting in my room. I got my pumpkin lights up. I got a nice little orange glow going in my my multicolored lamp. I got some pumpkins on my desk. Very festive.
I don't know what's happening.
I'm just talking about everything but the match that we're commentating on with two legends in the business.
I got the closed captioning on, but it's right in the middle of the screen for some reason. Why isn't
mine too? I don't know.
The network's got shitty closed captioning. I don't know if I can deal with that. It's right in the middle of the whole. Ooh, God, that was a hell of a fucking dive by.
Speaking of Papa Shango, here you go.
Hey, that's what's up.
I want to get back on Pro Wrestling Tees or Pro Wrestling Crate.
I think I ordered this month. No shit.
I think it's the masks and paint, like
it
Halloween
is.
special.
It is. You look at it. Look at this. Hey.
Oh, very cool.
Hasbro.
I love those old school looking figures too.
This is the original.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Like 1992. This one needs to be displayed more. It was.
Oh, you got more than one?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I have a bunch of Hasbro. I mean, more than one what?
Papa Shango.
No. I have Giant Gonzalez, though.
Do you?
Yeah. And the Warlord.
That's funny. I love the hair spots on it.
What?
On the Giant Gonzalez one. It's just like,
oh yeah,
just like patches of plastic where
because they wanted to look like a fucking Sam Squatch.
Right. Sam Squatch?
Yeah. Redneck. That's redneck for Sasquatch. He looked like a goddamn Sam Squatch. You see what I'm saying? Redneck for Sasquatch.
Oh.
You didn't know I spoke.
Nice power bomb.
Redneck.
No,
So
I know it.
Sit out too, wasn't it? Apparently it's from the heavens. Did you see that? I'm reading it anyway now.
You know, you're up
Nick Patrick's making sure he's okay.
you're up for the next 4 options for what we put up for the next poll for our next watch along.
Oh, for the next Halloween Havoc, I get to pick the years. Well, what we're gonna do is 96 is off the board.
Sure. You can take all of them off the board and put 4 new ones up if you want to.
Yeah, I know. I might not use any of these other ones, but they might come back. You just have to let me remember. You remind me which ones you put up there in the poll last time.
I put up.
He just hit the cutter. I think Eddie got hurt. I think that was a botched finish because Nick Patrick was checking on him right before that, right?
Right.
On the mat, and then as soon as he got up, it was a quick. He just scooped him up, picked him up, hooked the cutter, and dropped him.
Yeah, and Eddie hasn't really moved.
Yeah, I think that might be Eddie getting hurt.
We give him the ring back.
Or yeah, because no, I think Diamond Dallas Page had the ring to begin with. Maybe Eddie took it. I don't know. I don't remember. I didn't remember paying attention to what was going on. Yeah, no, he's hurt. Nick Patrick's calling for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Eddie's hurt.
Let me look up the.
Still the Lord of the Rings. So he had the ring. So Diamond Dallas Page had the ring. Is it the Battle Royal ring or the Cable or the King of Cable ring? One of the two. Like I was saying. But yeah, I think Eddie got hurt right there. You might have to look and see if Eddie got hurt at 96 Halloween Havoc, because I think he did. It looked like he did. Because Nick Patrick was definitely telling people to get in there. Ooh, Macho Man. Macho Man's wearing a shirt that looks like mine.
Look at that. Halloween colors and everything. I love it.
When he receives Macho Man Randy Savage Slim Jim truck, calm before the storm. Yeah. I mean, I should wear my Macho Man shirt now that I think about it. It's not this color. It's purple, but still. Man, Slim Jim in every shot. There's just a giant Slim Jim right there. Did Macho Man carry that in with him?
Dude, those commercials were all over the place. I loved it.
I remember WCW definitely did that for him. They gave him exposure and marketing.
I remember back then WCW was like always in my face because of Slim Jim commercials, and that's what made me want to get more and more into watching WCW because I love WWF. And a big part of it.
Oh, wait. He's pulling out the Slim Jim to see who wins the monster truck.
That's great.
Wait, he broke it in half. He snapped into it, bro. Did you see that?
They should have made it harder for him to get in that because it was never that easy.
He snapped into it, bro. He just snapped into it.
Yeah, but you never snap into a Slim Jim. You got to, like, peel it off. And back then, if you screwed it up, it was so hard to get into that. They make it so much easier to peel it now. Back then, I don't know. If you're listening, if you agree, let me know in the comments because when I was a child, I had to resort to the scissors way too much. And maybe I'm just – I don't know. Maybe I'm just –
sounds like you're a pussy.
Special like that. I'm not a pussy, dude. You should see me with the ice pops. No, screw that. I don't need scissors for those icy pops.
I couldn't get the straw in my Capri Sun either.
Whatever, dude. You're like 45 years old.
37, bro. I grew up. I knew what ecto cooler is. You don't.
That's right. I do not know what an ecto cooler is. What is it?
You son of a bitch.
What is it?
Really?
I mean, I'm listening to.
That's right. You didn't grow up during Ghostbusters, did you?
Oh yeah, no, that's like one of the most iconic '80s movies that I have never seen.
Excuse me?
I mean, I saw it when I was little, but like again, I saw it when it came out when I was little, or like when it was, because when did it came out? 93. When did the first one come out?
80s, 83.
The first one was all the way back in 83?
Yeah. Look, it was 86, man. Hang on, dude. Yeah.
I watched them when I was little, but
right now they're pumping the shit out of WCWWrestling.com, which is redundant. Do you notice that website address? WCWWrestling.com, because it's really World Championship Wrestling.com.
It's like
somebody had WCW.com when they wouldn't sell it. They wanted a shitload of money.
Right.
And they didn't buy it until probably 4 more years from now, right before they were going out of business, and they were buying money, buying things ridiculously, spending money like crazy.
I hate country music for the most part.
84 was Ghostbusters, like I thought. And
I always hated how they would always talk about the AMA awards. I'm like, oh, the American Music Awards, or what I mean?
Yeah.
So I know what you
Chris
mean.
Jericho on the internet. He's on the Google. They're talking to people. Now today's talking to Dean Malenko's hair is. How much fucking shoe polish did he put in his hair right now, dude? Look at that. There's no way that's real.
I don't
No
know,
way.
man.
Dude, he's looking like Bradshaw when he was an Acolyte.
You know, it's so funny. Bradshaw in like the Acolyte era looked to me absolutely nothing like pre-Acolyte Bradshaw. Like,
Yeah, because they tried to repackage him to where you didn't think he was Justin Hawk Bradshaw anymore.
but then when he became JBL, he looked nothing like Acolyte Bradshaw.
Acolyte Bradshaw? No, because they didn't want him dyeing his hair black because he's not Acolyte
But
anymore.
even still, it's so hard to change your general look that much where you look that different after being on TV for that long. You know what I mean? Like, you can change your hair, you can dye your color, you can change your facial hair, but like your face looks just different. Your body type looks so different. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's probably because he was on the gas and it changes your head shape. HGH and shit changes the shape of your head, doesn't it?
I don't know. Look at this.
Oh,
I love this.
Look at Barry Bonds. What happened? Oh,
Look
yeah,
at
the
old
US title
school
right
Giant
now.
with
So the Giant was NWO right at this point because I know that.
Giant was early NWO, dude. He was like the fourth member.
Was he the fourth member?
And Ted DiBiase was in there.
He
too.
was like 5, and Syxx was 6. Waltman was 6.
Okay. So they were like old school Dark Order.
No, 4 was. Google the order of entry, because there's Vincent standing there next to him. My man, Fuck Money Mike Jones. Damn. Big Show, or the Giant, man. He young boy right there.
Yeah, so DiBiase was fourth with Big Show, and then
It was 5th, and then 6 was 6th, and then what? Vincent was 7th.
actually, unless I'm reading this wrong, it says NWO Sting came in before Syxx. Does that sound right to you?
No.
Well, that's what
Well,
it
yeah,
has.
NWO is 6 technically because he only made one appearance. He just started showing up because that was the Fall Brawl War Games where they had it was in Winston-Salem that I went to where they had Sting, and was Sting going to join the NWO or now he's going to side with Team WCW. And then they had NWO Sting come out and try to trick everybody into thinking that he joined the NWO. So technically, I mean, if you want to be, but the reason he's 6 is that he's the 6th member.
Gotcha.
So I guess NWO Sting, even though he showed up, probably wasn't like, they weren't probably using him to wrestle until later. You know what I mean? They were just using him to like impersonate Sting. If I want to be nitpicking about it.
Well, you are.
I mean, that's why he's 6, is because he was the 6th member. So,
like, I'm only half listening to you right now because I'm watching just this mammoth of a man
dude,
walk
he's
to the
head
ring.
and shoulders above everybody else walking through this crowd.
Exactly. Look at him just
that
walking
guy.
past.
No, that guy.
Look at him walking past every single.
But did you see that one dude he walked by that was like eyeball to eyeball with him? That one got. Look at the guy in the background. That's like security coming with him. That dude is probably the guy that walks around with the boxers that deals with the real motherfuckers. That was there with fucking MGM Grand security. He looked like a hard ass. Oh, here comes NWO. Oh, they got Nick Patrick as the referee too. I bet there's shenanigans. I'm calling shenanigans in this one.
Shenanigans?
Already. Yeah, there's gonna be shenanigans. Nick Patrick's not gonna be able to count fast. He's gonna get
shenanigans.
Yeah, there's gonna be shenanigans.
I'm gonna pistol whip the next mother effer that says shenanigans.
Hey, what's that restaurant you like to eat at?
The one with all the Esh on the walls?
Yeah, what's that place called?
Oh, what, you guys talking about shenanigans?
Oh.
Did you ever see the second one?
Yeah, I watched it at the theater. It came out on 4/20. Does that mean anything?
How was it?
It's a movie.
It's a movie.
Man,
so now Jeff Jarrett is in the new Horseman at this point, right?
I think he wants to be a horseman, but he's not yet. Because I'm pretty sure it's Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, McMichael, and Benoit.
I always forget that Benoit was in it.
And Benoit was in it the whole time. Benoit was there when Paul Roman was part of it. Benoit was there when Brian Pillman was part of it.
Listen, you act surprised, man. I'm a WWF fan and a product of the
The surprise
WWE,
is that you knew
and
Mongo
I'm a
McMichael was
product,
part of it.
and I'm
The
a
part of it
product
that you
of the.
weren't surprised that Mongo McMichael was it is shocking to me.
So I'm a product of WWE, and as such, I've wiped my memory of Chris Benoit and his accolades. So
But you
I
still
forget.
retain Mongo McMichael's famedom?
Yeah, man. For obvious reasons, I haven't wiped my memory of Mongo.
All right. Remember the dog you had? Pepe? Remember Pepe is Chihuahua?
No, because again, I have not. I feel like you're just
I
setting
feel
me
like
up
you
to,
and I need to
know,
watch the Nitro first episode of Nitro. Watch along.
buddy. I tried to watch WCW and WWF back to back and do it in chronological order, but I wasn't progressing through everything. It would take me months just to get through like a month of programming. So I just focused on WWF. I'm gonna get till probably maybe the Millennium. Maybe at the Millennium I'll stop because right now I'm in summer of '99. And maybe I'll jump to WCW and then run through that to the Millennium and then go back to WWF.
Man, the first 95 and 96 WCW up until the NWO is pretty rough. So get ready for a lot of Kevin Sullivan and the Dungeon of Doom and a lot of Hulk Hogan and a lot of fucking Brutus Beefcake bullshit. Is he
I want
Brutus
to.
Beefcake? Is he the Zodiac?
No,
Who is he now?
I wouldn't
It's
start from
terrible.
the beginning. I would start from
No, you're starting from the
probably.
beginning.
Nah. I would start from the screw job because that's where I started with WWF. So for purposes of doing this show and the stuff that we're going along with,
Mm-mm. I'm vetoing that. You need to start with Nitro 1.
look at the mismatch in size here.
Oh, ooh, look at that. He's doing the strut. Oh. Jarrett likes it.
So Jarrett is working with such a green,
God, Big Show's fucking massive. Look at the hands on him. Jesus
such a
Christ.
green Big Show right here.
He'd wrestled for a couple years before he came into WCW. It's not like they just found some big guy and tried to make him a wrestler. I mean, he was on the indie scene in South Carolina and North Carolina before he.
Really? I see. I
signed
thought that's how he got started. I thought WCW just like plucked him from somewhere.
No, they plucked him from Aiken, South Carolina, where he was a fucking independent wrestler.
Yeah.
Let me look this up. I'm like almost 100.
You're Googling?
Yeah, I'm doing the Google.
Oh, buddy, I'm so proud of you.
I'm almost 100% because I want to fact check myself. Early career.
He's jabbing with the fans there. Ric Flair's there at ringside. So, I mean, is Jarrett really not?
He had wrestled a match for an indie promotion in 1994. So I think he'd worked a few indies like in 94, 95. And then in 1995, like he signed with WCW because they had saw him somewhere. I'll read this.
But it wasn't like he was a seasoned wrestler. Like, okay, he had a few matches.
He had no experience when.
But does he have a whole lot of training, or because
he got turned away from WWF because he had no experience because he only wrestled like 1 or 2 matches. Because he had inquired about a job with them, but promoter and scout Bob Collins turned him away after he admitted that he had no experience. He then paid Larry Sharp's Monster Factory $5,000, but Sharp's gout at the time, he was very minimally trained. Johnny Polo taught him to call up an elbow lockup, yada, yada, yada. He made an audition tape, gave it to Mike Chioda, where he met in a Philadelphia bar. He forwarded to Pat Patterson, didn't even watch it because he assumed he was another wrestler like Kurgan. And then he saw him debut in WCW. He realized his mistake, and Vince was pissed, apparently. So that's that. Did you catch any of that? Were you paying attention? Did you leave? You son of a bitch. You're on mute, and I'm just sitting here talking to myself. Anyway, this is good air. Anyway, the Giant, he's too strong. Jarrett can't get him away. Throws him like a fucking child. Jesus. Jarrett's on his back. I'm really liking Jarrett's got some really pretty bangs right now, if you guys noticing this. Fuck, the Giant's huge. I mean, he's still real goofy and like awkward right now. This son of a bitch, you left and didn't tell me you were leaving. You should have told me you were leaving. I was just talking. Didn't know anybody was here. It was bad radio. You're still on mute. You know that? Okay, just making sure you know you're on mute. There you go. Didn't give me a heads up. Let me know you were leaving or nothing. I'm just like reciting facts about the Big Show getting turned down by WWE, and you're not even here to talk to me about it. Are you just not talking now?
Dude, I got up because I kept trying to say something, and I got like 4 words in, and then I was just getting interrupted. So I was like, all right, I'm not going to interrupt him. I'm just going to go up and use the bathroom real quick and come back, and he probably will still be talking by the time I get back. So I didn't think that it was going to be that long. But, okay, so since you're doing that despite me now, we're going to actually talk about the match in the ring. And we've been seeing the Big Show kind of just – not really needing any kind of finesse to pick Jeff Jarrett up and just throw him around, and he's just been manhandling him. It's kind of the lack of finesse, as he is loud in the background. But Big Show doesn't really need anything other than his size at this point to get himself over, and Ric Flair in the side is kind of just looking on, but Jeff Jarrett really selling hard here. I've never been a big fan of Jeff Jarrett. I never liked him, and even when he was in WWF and he was teaming with Owen Hart, I always was just waiting for Owen Hart to just turn on him so he could go solo. And unfortunately, as we know, it never happened. So it's but yeah, Jeff Jarrett really kind of. I mean, he's still wrestling now. He was in the Bullet Club for a little bit, so I mean, I was surprised that we never saw Jeff Jarrett in the NWO, to be honest with you. I thought that would have been kind of an obvious pick. He might have even been in the NWO for all I know at some point. For like, I mean, at one point they had basically like everyone in WCW was in NWO except for I think DDP and Goldberg were probably the only two. Look at that. Like, there's no finesse in that at all. It's just Big Show's just straight up catching him no matter where he is in the air or how much space he has to the ground. It's just he's just that strong and he's got that much mass that he just overpowers pretty much anything. And that's probably why it took him so long to even need to really dedicate himself to doing any kind of like, you know, any kind of whatever, any kind of, you know, technical.
I'm going to go pee. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay, cool. Thanks for telling me.
Go pee now. All right.
So, you know, they talk a lot about when he got to WWE, how it took him so long to have to kind of go through the process of losing enough weight to be seasoned and conditioned and really be able to put on a good match. But you can kind of see in this match here, if done properly with a proper opponent who can tell a good story, I'm entertained just watching him throw Jarrett around. And if Jarrett or anybody that's in the ring with him knows how to sell, including the ref Nick Patrick, who's still selling that injury. Poor guy's got a neck injury, and he's going back-to-back matches at a pay-per-view. That's dedication. But even this, like, it's so simple. He's just holding him in a bear hug. But maybe I'm just easy to please. I don't know. I feel like as I get older, as I talk to myself and whoever may or may not be listening, I feel like as I get older, I'm a lot easier to entertain when I watch my professional wrestling. If I'm kind of dating myself, but so where we're at right now is October 11th, and in reference to the past SmackDown that just happened, there was tell me that's how Big Show wins. Such an easy way for Giant to win. But anyway, on my train of thought, there was a Falls Count Anywhere match between Big E and Sheamus that was just brutal, brutal as hell. And that was on a SmackDown. That wasn't even a pay-per-view match. And I'm just sitting there thinking, oh my God, they're going through all of this brutality on a Friday night SmackDown. But I always hated that axe handle off the rope. Like, it never looked believable to me. And maybe that's just me, because I always love the big elbow off the top rope, and what's the difference? But that's just me. And Cass is back.
Man, this is going well, huh?
I'll tell you what, for the record, what I did was like 20 seconds.
Oh, well, I actually got something to eat too.
I heard you every step of the way while I was up 2 feet from my computer. But you're damn lucky that I am so good at talking to myself.
I talked to myself too. I was saying we both walked away in protest. We've taken 2 bathroom breaks each.
I didn't walk away.
2 matches in.
Oh,
2 matches in. You even said you were cutting me off, so I walked away in protest. Those were almost your exact words.
I was just messing with you. I walked 2 feet away.
I'm just
and I heard
talking
you talking the whole time.
I'm just talking shit.
I didn't like try to set you up or anything. I just assumed
I'm just talking shit.
I could do that real quick while you
Bro,
on your monologue.
It's all for I was trying to kayfabe in it here.
I came back
to work an angle,
and you were.
I was trying to work a storyline here, and here you are.
And you were so mad about it, and then you left me on.
I was just selling it. It was kind of
like 20
bro,
minutes.
And here you are.
And you were so being such a jerk about it. So it was so.
Yeah, man, I was selling it. I'm selling the storyline like a pro.
So if anybody's watching on YouTube, they would know that while you were away from your screen, I was just smiling to the camera and just edging you on. But
oh, I know. I was listening to you, and I was just trying to put my dog up on the bed, but she was being a little bitch about it.
I assume since you couldn't see me. See, I missed something. While I was trying to mess with you, it looks like
the Horseman came out, bro.
With Jarrett.
Well, because I told you Jarrett was one of the Horsemen at this time.
No, you told me that he wasn't.
Because Flair was hurt, so Jarrett's filling in. He's like an honorary Horseman at the time. He's not official because they had 5 of them there. Flair was there. Flair was the Horseman, but Jarrett was hurt.
So are they going to hold up the 5?
Flair was hurt, so Jarrett no, because Flair can't wrestle right now, so Jarrett's kind of filling in for him. So right, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Flair comes in and
Flair low blow.
I like how he slaps him in the thighs or the left hands first. He's like, "Here it comes, big boy." Arn Anderson with his fucking, look at that, sleeveless vest, Arn, denim. Sleeveless denim vest, Arn. That's a look.
Take Ric Flair out of the Horseman. Who's your favorite Horseman of all time?
Dude, Chris Benoit.
Really?
Yeah. Or are we going to go originals? Are we going to talk about the original group?
No, just of all time.
Oh, okay. Well, then,
How does that change it for you?
I don't know. Hey, man. Don't tread on me, man.
Hey, Cass, who would you rather bone? Jack Nicholson or Meg Ryan?
Can I choose both?
Jack Nicholson now? Oh, look at Syxx.
Jack Nicholson now or Meg Ryan now?
Jack Nicholson now or 1776? 1976.
Syxx is here. Do you know why they call him Syxx?
Meg Ryan. Yeah, because he was the 7th person in the NWO.
I'm good with these callback jokes.
Look at Virgil. Look at Virgil in the NWO.
No, man, that's Vincent. Get it right, my dude.
You may call him Vincent, but he's always a Virgil.
He's Fuck Money Jones. Ain't that his new name now? Fuck Money Jones or Soul Train Jones?
Oh, he looks out for the groove.
He's always going to be Fuck Money Jones to me.
The NWO.
He likes Olive Garden.
And those breadsticks.
Look at that Rey Mysterio mask. Is that a Rey Mysterio mask? Or is that a Volano mask that's popped up right there in the middle?
I think it's a Rey Mysterio.
It looks kind of Bush League.
I
think it is a Rey Mysterio mask.
I always love the red bandana on the X-Pac here. I got an X-Pac. He's got the red bandana there.
Oh, nice. I think I got that same figure floating around somewhere.
Dude, this one was awesome.
My figure might be doing drugs somewhere instead.
There were very few wrestlers that I was like. That
was an unappreciated joke that you sold.
You said it was your wrestling figure was doing drugs somewhere?
Yeah, like X-Pac
I didn't get it.
Because X-Pac likes drugs.
Oh, man, don't hate on him like that. Dude, X-Pac only likes legal stuff.
I didn't hate on him. I wasn't hating.
Oh, okay.
That sound like hate?
No, but I want everybody.
You're insinuating tone.
Well, I put a difference between the word drugs and what he's into at this point.
At that point, well, I'm talking about the one you held up there or the one that we're talking about in the crowd here.
All right, no, fair enough.
Or that's walking through the crowd like that X-Pac? Oh, he liked to party. X-Pac still likes to party. Didn't X-Pac get in trouble for a lot of pills at the airport, my man, like pretty recently?
No. So here's what happened. He got stuck in an airport for CBD and THC pills that he had legally, and he got all kinds of, and it was like he got like charged like some kind of charges that ended up getting dropped because of the fact that it was all stuff that he had legally, but It was a big to-do because he got like held up at the airport for
it. As my lawyer, I'd expect you to know these things because we might need to call back to this quick court case later when you're defending me in court one day or something.
Here's what I know. I know that there was nothing of substance to it, and that's why I was quick to say to you when I thought that you were saying that he's in the drugs, like, oh, wait, no, he's not in the drugs. So
I'm screen.
I'm working for you, and you don't even know it.
The one on screen here.
Here he is.
Loved him.
The boy, Chris Jericho. Look at him, so young.
Lionheart, daddy. Let's go, daddy. Woo, Lionheart with the fans. Oh, man, this is cheesy Jericho.
Dude, I love cheesy Jericho. I mean, look, I forget who – was it Stu or was it Chris on Body Slam recently put up a poll that said what was the best era of Jericho? Somebody from Body Slam just put up a poll.
It was Stewart, I think. Or it was Stewart or it was one of those cats. I don't think it was Chris.
I feel bad if it was somebody else, and I'm not putting them over right now, but I believe you're right. I believe it was Stewart put up a poll that was asking what was the best era of Jericho. And I think in a close poll when I voted, the front runner with like 58 or 60-some% of the vote was the List of Jericho.
Yeah, people like that one. But I also think that's just because a lot of these people, that's what they grew up. Like, they're probably more –
younger?
Yeah, and, like, that's what they're more familiar with. So that's, like, their favorite. They didn't really grow up. They just watched this Jericho, like, what they've seen watching, like, the network. I don't think if you didn't live through, like, watching him progress, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have the same – I don't think you really appreciate the character progression the same if you didn't, like, watch it week to week.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. A lot of people do the run through, but like how many people actually do? You know what I mean?
Right.
That saw like what he was really all about during a lot of these different characters.
I'm gonna get my Halloween pumpkins in the frame.
Yo, pumpkins! You can yell pumpkins in the frame, dog.
Oh, that was another thing I was saying earlier. I love jack-o'-lanterns. I love pumpkins.
I like the one that's above the stage.
Yeah.
When they come out. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's what we were talking about that. Or you were saying something.
Yeah, I like Halloween Havoc 90 because they had the orange ring.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, and the ropes were orange and black. It was from Chicago.
That'll be my not that you have to put it up, but that'll be my request. Because I only put up either 99 or 2000. One of the four that I picked was
Conan and Kevin Sullivan in the front row.
There you go.
And Big Boss Man. And look at that Sting shirt. That guy's got, holy shit, man.
That Sting shirt looks like it's the same concept as the Papa Shango crew neck guy was wearing. I wonder if that was I forgot that Conan was in the Dungeon of Doom for a long fucking time. Well, speak about that. What is the Dungeon of Doom?
Speak on this. Orale. Did you set me up to do the Conan intro? The Dungeon of Doom was Kevin Sullivan's stable. It was him. It was the Giant at one point because Kevin Sullivan brought the Giant in to feud with Hulk Hogan because Kevin Sullivan wanted to end Hulkamania. Mm-hmm. But the Dungeon of Doom was Jimmy Hart, Kevin Sullivan, like John Tinto when he was the Shark, Brutus the Barber Beefcake when he was the Zodiac. I think Meng was in there and the Barbarian. I think the face.
I was going to say that's why
the Dungeon of Doom.
Because we're going to see
Uh,
Jimmy Hart later with them. Jimmy Hart's going to be bringing them out, I believe.
okay, it makes sense. But yeah, Dungeon of Doom, man. Jimmy Hart was the Dungeon of Doom after a while because it just stayed his. He stayed strong in that Dungeon of Doom. Jimmy didn't. He never swayed, man. He rode that fucking ship to the bottom of the ocean. Man,
I love
Jericho.
Jimmy Hart.
This was like super athletic Jericho right here, man.
I still think Jimmy Hart was the best manager.
Of all time,
Yeah, I'm sure that
better
there's a
than
lot
Brain
of.
in the Heenan family.
I was going to say, I'm sure there's a lot of older people
The
that can.
longevity, you know what I mean? Because Bobby the Brain Heenan didn't manage as long as Jimmy Hart did. You know, Jimmy Hart's longevity was ridiculous because he was managing in the 80s, 90s, almost into the 2000s. You know,
Dude, you watch certain pay-per-views and Jimmy Hart is coming out like every other
fucking
match.
every other match. Well, that's how it was too in the old WWF days with Bobby Heenan, the Heenan family, and Jimmy Hart would come out every other match too because he had Jimmy Hart had his what was his stable called? Damn, man,
Wasn't it just like the Hart family?
I love this version of X-Pac, Syxx-Pac. This is when he was like a real like shit talking motherfucker.
Right. You know, he took so many hard bumps during this part of his life too. Jericho too, honestly. Both
I
of them.
think look up his first appearance for WCW. I want to say it was in Asheville.
Who, Jericho or X-Pac?
X-Pac. See when Syxx first debuted. See if you can figure out where it was. But I want to say it was a Nitro in Asheville or like around here where I'm at somewhere. And if you can find the date, what you can do then is
September 16th, 1996.
So then we'll go to Cage Match, go to cagematch.net and look up the September whatever date, 96 Nitro and see where they were. It'll tell you the venue and the city. There's Apter in the front row taking pictures in the ringside. Did you see that? Oh, those chops are fucking. I wish I could hear them. They sound like they look like they hurt. Oh, that was a fucking kick.
Asheville. Yeah, you called it.
Boom! I was there for that one then. I knew it. I thought I vaguely remember that because I was front row and I couldn't tell what was going on because he was like down the aisle a little bit. But yeah, dude, Asheville was like a big thing, man. They did a lot of stuff in Asheville.
That's a sweet debut to be live for. And you said you were front row for that?
Yeah.
I should watch that Nitro. Do you ever go back and see yourself a lot?
Yes. So if you watch, I think that one, it's when Jim Duggan and Regal are fighting it. No, wait, that one is the year before. So the Regal and Duggan one, I think, was pre-Nitro. It was right, the appearance right before Kevin Nash showed up. Mm-hmm. So in the year after that, I wasn't on ringside for this one. I was sitting probably like 4 or 5 rows going up on the lower level for the X-Pac debut, now that I think about it. But the one before that, that was like the only one I didn't sit front row for, actually, because it was the one with like because NWO was hot, so tickets were selling the fuck out, and I was pissed because I couldn't get front row seats for the first time ever, you know?
So how would you get front row seats back then? Would you just go up to the ticket booths and just ask for front row and they'd be available?
Or you call and you're fucking waiting on hold and you get the fucking person right at fucking 10 o'clock. You get you get the call and you ask for front row or best available. Or they tell you what they've got and where it's at and shit.
Right.
Because this was before like internet was a big thing. So yeah, you had to call or go to the box office.
I was coming around right around the time where the internet was just starting to become a way where you can buy, but nobody trusted it. So you still could call in and you could still go to like the Ticketmaster stores. So I remember from my first few wrestling events going to
wasn't like a FYE when that was like a Ticketmaster location?
Well, there were places that were like served as a Ticketmaster as well. Like I know I could go to certain Acme's and stuff like that, and certain other like grocery stores had it in the customer service department. But way back then, well, I say way back, like mid-90s, to the late 90s, there were still like small areas that just served as like Ticketmaster kiosks, basically. And there was one by me, and that's where we would go to get our what's it called, to get our tickets. Because my dad did not want to do anything with online purchasing ever.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, oh, here we go. Ooh, that was fucking sharp.
Yeah.
That was like a springboard plancha from the inside out, I guess.
He's done that a lot back in the day.
That was his move, man. That was one of his move sets. Man, yeah, Jericho was fucking athletic as shit right here. This is right before he started getting frustrated and started doing the like feud with Dean Malenko and doing all the heel shit where he was just like frustrated with everything that was going on.
So Big Boss Man is Big Bubba in WCW?
Yeah. Well, he had been the Guardian at one point too, and he had been repackaged. So he was Big Bubba, then they repackaged him as the Guardian when he was like a Guardian Angel character.
What?
And he was a good guy, like wore the white shirt.
Oh wait. Oh, okay, like the volunteer group Guardian.
Yeah, he was the Guardian. So he was.
I assume like an angel, like he came out dressed as an angel.
How much better would that have been if he had fucking wings and a halo? Instead, he wore the fucking red beret and was out there protecting the streets from street toughs. Look at this guy. What's up, homie?
Yo, he will not sit the hell down. He loves ruining the hard cam shot.
He wants to be on himself, man.
That schmuck has stood up and ruined so many shots where they had to cut to like the side cam because of him.
Well, think of the type of assholes that are at this show. We're in Vegas, 1996. He's probably got some. We should have turned that into a drinking game. Like you gotta drink. A fucking shot every time this dickhead pops up on the screen.
Take a shot.
I'd be dead.
That's why you gotta just take a drink. Taking a shot,
man. I tried to take a Royal Rumble drinking game.
Take a drink.
It's like you take a drink every time somebody gets eliminated.
That'd be cool.
Like that's rough, brother. You think about it, you're taking 29 shots in the course of an hour. You know what I mean?
I'm just going to call it, just so everybody listening can understand the annoyance of this, until this match is over, I'm going to call it out every time this guy stands up.
This guy loves himself on camera. Yeah. You know he's got his fucking VCR set, too? He's got his VCR set at home so he can watch this shit back the next day and be like, hey, man, you see me?
So this match just ended. So we got lucky that I won't have to annoy you with it.
He only fucking said it 18 times, though, in the fucking last 5 minutes of this match. So just think about what we've got for the rest of the night.
Oh, no. I that's what I said.
No, I mean, just in general, just looking at this schmuck.
Is X-Pac bleeding from his?
Yeah, he got popped in the mouth. Looks like from a foot or from that springboard. It looked like he bit his tongue or bit his lip. That Papa Shango shirt though is on display, man, and it is fucking beautiful.
It is. I love a crew neck sweatshirt, so like a hoodieless sweatshirt.
I think it might be a chalk line jacket. Nice bowl cut. Kid reaching out for it. Looks like me. Looks like fucking 16-year-old me out there looking for high fives. It looks like he bit his tongue or he bit his lip.
Yeah.
This shit split open.
Dude, this has been a great pay-per-view so far. I'm glad.
Dude, 1996 WCW was hot, man. This is right when they started going on that tear where they didn't lose No, this was in the middle of their hot streak during the 83-week run.
Yeah. When you got up, were you still watching the Giant match, or were you away from the screen?
No, I had to go away from the screen. I had to go to the bathroom, and then I went and grabbed a breadstick from yesterday that I had left over.
I was mentioning how, and we've even talked about this, how I'm becoming easier to please with my wrestling as I get older. But damn, look at Luger.
Looking like my mom from 1996, dude. Holy shit! Look at the hair. My mom had that same haircut, I think. No, for real. I can go find you a picture.
Why do you?
Dude, my mom looked like David Bowie from fucking Labyrinth.
I feel like I need to send your mother an apology letter every time we do it.
She knows that my friends used to say that. My buddies were like, dude, your mom looks like fucking David Bowie from Labyrinth. And they would just like, Dad's Magic Dance when they would see my mom. Yeah.
Labyrinth. It's a weird.
Dude, my mom had the bangs that she was 80s hair in the 90s, bro. Like it was metal, hair metal and fucking denim.
Labyrinth is a weird movie. If the first time you're seeing it is in college, it's a weird movie.
Man, Lex Luger. man, him and my mom were.
It's weird how much you're focusing on Lex Luger and your mom as this oiled up dude who looks jacked as hell.
I'm not looking at his
doing a promo
oiled up body. I'm looking at his hair.
But you're just comparing him to your mother. That's weird, man.
Because that's the same haircut my mom had, dude. It's fucking. I'm shook. I don't remember this hairstyle on Luger. I think that's the thing. Is like I remember a lot of Lex Luger over the years, and this one was bold. It's a bold strategy, Luger.
I love that old school Halloween Havoc logo that they're using in the background for the interview segments.
Oh yeah, dude.
I would love to get like a ad of that or like a poster from that show and just put it up. Although the NXT version of the logo is pretty cool.
Man, now that I think about it, I don't know. I have a Bash at the Beach 1996 shirt, and I don't know where the fuck it is.
Arn Anderson, baby. I got him on display right here. Another one that I was trying to get really in frame and screwed up on with just the leveling because of all the people behind him. But Arn Anderson is there. And actually, I'll move the one guy that's blocking him because we're going to see him. The NWO Kevin Nash. Oh, I'm screwing up all over the place.
So we got Arn Anderson versus Luger here, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh man, the hair versus the lack of hair.
Now, correct me because this is a stupid question, but at any point was Luger in the Horseman?
Yes.
That's what I thought. Now,
in the 80s.
So did he come back? Didn't he like leave and then come back for a little bit? And that is that maybe what led to this rivalry here?
Luger, that was in the 80s when he was a Horseman.
But wasn't there somebody that left and then came back for a little bit in WCW for an angle?
Luger left for like 3 years. He left in like for 2 years. He left 93. I think he left and went and did the whole like I'm gonna slam Yokozuna and be the the American. He was the narcissist, and then they repackaged him as the all-American Lex Luger, and he slammed Yokozuna on the aircraft carrier, and then he left. He just disappeared. He just didn't resign and showed up on the first Nitro. That was his first appearance back. So he came back in 95. So he'd been back a year and a half at this point.
And at any point during that year and a half, that's what I mean. Was he back with them for like a short-lived period of time?
No. The Horseman? No. He was just buddies with Sting and being Lex Luger.
Sting and Luger? Stuger?
Man, Eric Bischoff hated Lex Luger back in the day. I remember I was listening to him talk about it. Like they did the best of this last week, and they put that where he was shooting on Lex Luger and how he didn't want to sign him, but the only reason he pretty much signed him was because Vader got fired. Oh. Vader got fired, and Vader was supposed to be in the main event at Fall Brawl. Vader was supposed to be Hulk Hogan on the second Nitro and take the title. Set up the pay-per-view at the Asheville Civic Center at Fall Brawl, where it was Hogan's team versus Vader's team.
Okay.
Or maybe they're on the same side. Yeah, they're on the same side of the cage because it was them versus the Dungeon of Doom.
Right.
And it was going to be Hogan, Vader, Sting, and Savage, maybe. And Vader quit. Or got fired, and then they brought Lex Luger back and put Lex Luger into the match instead.
How long would they have signed him, though, if unless maybe he was demanding like a minimum of a year or something, Luger, when they brought him in for that? Because it sounded like you said Bischoff was just needing a short-term solution.
Oh, no, it wasn't a short-term. This is when they were competing with WWF now head-to-head on Monday nights. They brought him in for a long-term. They argue and say that, like, I think that Bischoff said that it was for $150,000, and Luger was doing a $500,000 a year at WWE, that he went from $500,000, whatever WCW offered him. So it was a lot less, but it was, probably a decent 3 or 4 year deal, probably, or 1 year deal. I mean, but he was there. Luger was there for the rest of the time. Luger didn't leave. He never went to WWF after that. Like, that was the last time he was ever there.
Yeah, but from what I hear people saying,
because Hogan left WWF, and that's when Luger left WCW. So when they pretty much swapped.
They swapped, yeah.
Luger came in to pretty much be the replacement for Hogan.
Right.
And it did not work out, and Vince was not happy with Luger, and Luger ended up not being happy there.
And that's when they put it on Bret Hart. And they let Bret Hart be the man for a few years.
Yeah, and then Yokozuna had the belt for a little bit too.
Yeah, but how long was Yokozuna? But no. I mean, as far as holding the title, sure. But as far as being like the face of the company.
Yeah, it wasn't Luger. It was supposed to be, but it definitely wasn't.
But that's what I mean. That was the plan, I think, as far as the way they say. And then when that fell through, they went with Bret as the next face until basically the Shawn Michaels and DX era. But what was I just saying? Oh, right. It seems like in interviews, what you hear about Lex Luger was that he was just generally egotistical and hard to deal with.
Yeah, he was hard to deal with.
But as somebody who's come around since then and is now like very
well, he found Jesus after his pills killed Miss Elizabeth.
Oh, right.
And he's totally changed after that.
I mean, that'll change anybody.
Yeah, dude, because he about went to jail. Dungeon of Doom. Man, Kevin Sullivan was old man at this time too.
And it's funny because isn't he the same age or if not younger than Arn Anderson at this point?
Is he? Because Arn Anderson's in his mid-30s right here.
What?
Yeah, look this up. Look up how old Arn Anderson is in 1996. He's going to be in his mid-30s. Same as fucking Earthquake. John Tenta, even though he looked like he was 55 years old when he was in WWF and in WCW, he was in his 30s.
Wow.
Legit. Yeah. Look, I'll look up Arn Anderson because I don't see you Googling it. I'm going to Google Arn Anderson's age and tell you exactly how old he was right here during this pay-per-view.
I'm just not Googling it because I believe you.
He's 62 years old now.
Oh, my God. Yeah, then you're right.
So 58. So he was 38 years old in this match. Right?
Wait, what?
Because if it was 98, he would have been 40. So this is 96, so he was 38 years old right here. Arn Anderson is
that looked like
age.
A hard backbreaker.
Yeah, Arn Anderson is my age, my man. And if you look up, dude,
that makes sense because I look more or less like Lex Luger at this point. Dude, I'm on the right side of 30 for another couple of weeks.
Hold on, check this out. So John Tenta was born in 1963. So John Tenta is actually 5 years younger than Arn Anderson. So John Tenta would have only been 58 years old right now. I think he's dead, isn't he? Yeah, he died in 2006. So, yeah. Yeah, so Earthquake in the early 90s was like 28 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. That'll fucking go back and watch those and you're like, you're shook. You're like, wait, what? What the fuck? No way.
Because at least Arn Anderson, you can tell that he's in shape. He just probably doesn't really care about whether he's got a little bit of a gut. But Earthquake?
Well, it's his hairline. I think it's his hairline.
Yeah, the hairline does something to it.
38 years. But even but think about the 80s. Arn Anderson in the 80s looked the exact same as he does right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Oh, that spine buster?
Yeah, baby. I feel like we're talking too much negativity on the way he looks and not enough about
I'm not talking about all the way he looks. I was complimenting right there. Is like he looks the same age here as he did in the fucking 80s, even though he still looks old.
Careful. You look like you're getting red. Your face is the same color as your shirt right now. So while you're recovering from your illness, I'm going to be talking about how Lex Luger just got popcorn in the face as he got thrown out of the ring. That was amazing.
Excuse me.
Go back on mute.
We'll fix that in post. We'll fix this in post.
No, we're not. This is live, baby.
I like how you still correct me like it's not part of the joke that we got going on. No, I'm not gonna fix it. Yeah, no shit, joke ruiner. God damn.
Because I'm Dave LaGreca. You're Bully Ray, and I'm Dave LaGreca.
I'm gonna ruin your jokes because I don't understand humor. No, I'm just fucking with you.
I'm appealing to the casual audience.
Man, how mad would you be if your $20 bottle or tub of popcorn went in Lex Luger's face?
How mad would you be?
Yeah, I just spent $20 on popcorn and Lex Luger.
It wasn't an accident. It looked like he fell down and somebody just threw popcorn at his face.
Oh, well then, yeah, fuck Lex
dude.
Luger and then
It was
threw it on
funny.
him. Well, that's different.
It was like a handful. It wasn't like a
I thought you meant like Lex Luger got thrown into the guardrail and it spilt the dude's popcorn.
Nah, dude.
Oh my god, I'd be so mad. Like that would make me hate Lex Luger forever if he
Arn threw him the ringside, and then somebody in the crowd just took a handful and just threw it at his face.
That's dope. That's what you do. Man, there's a lot of black tights in this match.
Yeah, I know, right? Thank God they don't look anything like body.
Yeah, right? I mean, I'm having a hard time keeping them straight.
Funny thing is, nowadays, Arn probably looks. No, I wouldn't say that. I was gonna say Lex.
Dude, are you gonna be like, who's in better shape, Arn or Lex Luger? Lex Luger can't walk, so Arn's definitely in better fucking shape.
Lex Luger can't walk?
Dude, Lex Luger's like in a wheelchair for a while. Go look up Lex Luger,
really?
dude. Oh. Yeah, go look up what's going on with Lex Luger.
What happened to him?
Like, dude, just go give that a Google and see what the Lex Luger condition is right now. I'm pretty sure he's been in a wheelchair for a hot minute.
Oh shit, you're right. This is from a year ago. Oh.
Yeah, he's been in the wheelchair since the 700 Club days, where he was like coming back from the Miss Elizabeth shit, like in the early 2000s.
All right. Well, I didn't say that. I didn't know.
We'll fix that in post too, right?
Well,
I just fucking with you.
I didn't know that he was in a wheelchair, to be honest with you. But even despite that, I was just meaning how in pictures he looked so just skinny. You know,
because he got real fucking sick or something, right? What was it that put him in the wheelchair?
I mean,
did it say why he was in a wheelchair?
I'm not going to speculate, but
no, it said in the thing, didn't it? Tell you like what is because it's.
I don't want to spend the whole time we're doing this.
It's not speculation. It's not speculation. It's documented, like what his condition.
But I don't want to spend the whole time we're doing this researching stuff. I kind of want to just enjoy the pay-per-view that we're doing to watch.
I'll do it for you.
Cool.
Anyway, Lex Luger, man.
But my point is,
this is like such a good old school match, considering the other types that we've had on the card so far. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But Arn Anderson, like you said, he looks the same now than he did back in the '80s. But he more or less looks, all things considered, very good for his age. The
same in 2020 as he does in fucking '96. Yeah.
Right. Which, if you're saying from the '80s to what we're watching, it's not a compliment, but when you're talking about the 20-some years since then, it's a hell of a compliment.
Arn Anderson is timeless, dude. He literally, I think, is a vampire.
Very, very topical comparison.
Arn Anderson might be 900 years old. We don't know.
Hey, do you think we'll see Anderson and Tully Blanchard in the ring themselves for like a tag match or like a 6-man tag with?
They're never wrestling again.
But okay, yeah, fair enough.
Arn Anderson can, dude. He talked about that. Jake Roberts stuff. He said nobody wants to see my old ass in the ring, and I can't do it anyway.
Oh, he's also gotten in the ring and delivered spine buster since then.
Yeah, but that's one move, not like trying to work a whole match as an old man.
But that's what I mean. If you have like a scenario where they're in like a 6-man match with each other, and all they have to do is
Arn's got that. He fucked his neck up. That's why he had to stop wrestling here. Not too long after this.
Oh, really?
Look up. I mean, I don't say look it up, but I know that he fucked up his neck, and that's shortly after. I mean, it's probably 96, 97 when he got hurt.
I'll look that one up.
You'll look that one up, yeah, because that was not negative, I guess. But no, Arn Anderson definitely got hurt in, I think, 96, 97 with a neck injury. It might have been like a pile driver or something that did it. But yeah, he definitely got his career cut short. Because I remember them having to make an announcement that, like, you know what I mean, that he came back from – he had, like, bad news from the doctor, and he announced on, like, a Nitro that his career was over.
See, this has me on some website talking about Arn Anderson talking about Tyson Kidd's injury.
Yeah, you Googled wrong.
I'm not – I Googled Arn Anderson injury.
Just go to his wiki and just look for his –
now.
Yeah, just go to his career-ending injury. It'd be like his career in 96. You
talk about the – pay-per-view while I'm doing that.
Well, Luger's taking the chair to him because that's what Luger's good at, just doing really bad chair shots. At least he throws them hard, but Luger's chair shots are always – man, Luger's kind of painful to watch sometimes. I'm telling you, the best Lex Luger, and the really only Lex Luger I liked was like 1999, 2000 Lex Luger when he was fucking a heel and good.
Look, man, all his Wikipedia says is by the end of '96, Anderson rarely competed in the ring as years of wear and tear on his body finally started to catch up with him. On November 25th edition of Nitro, he fought Luger to a double count out for the vacant WCW US Championship. And then on the August 25th, 97 episode of Nitro, Anderson formally announced his retirement from the ring.
Yeah.
Oh, torture rack. He's got Arn in the torture rack. And there he is. He's calling for the bell. Oh, wait, no, he's not. Looked like the ref was saying he was calling for the bell here. Oh, yeah. Match is over. And he just won't let go of him. He's still putting him in the torture rack. My brother used to put me in the torture rack all the time when I was little.
Yeah?
And I never understood it. I was like, why does this hurt? This is fun.
He wasn't doing it right.
I'd be like, well, obviously he's not. Dude, my brother was, and will always be the greatest brother of all time. But, like, he would obviously not want to ever hurt me. But even then, I was always like, oh, this is fun. Like, I couldn't understand why it would hurt. You know what I mean? But I guess if you're actually pulling your legs down and your arm down, I guess it could hurt.
Yeah, I mean, Luger jumped around with you on your shoulders. That's really the move. I didn't really think it was painful. I didn't think it was ever. It didn't look like it hurt. And I used to do it to people too. And I was like, maybe I'm not doing it right. Because you can always do a move to your friend or your little sister or brother, or your cousin.
Right.
And like you said, like, man, that Boston Crab hurts like a motherfucker, you know?
Right.
But that torture rack never hurt anybody.
I just want to shout out my brother. In like the one episode he probably won't watch because he's too busy to sit down and watch a 3-hour episode. Yeah, he doesn't watch wrestling, but I'm sure like he's supportive enough where I'm sure he'll probably throw on like some of these podcasts just to listen to him every once in a while. But who wants to listen to
Wait,
this
is
in the
that
car?
Kurt Hennig coming out? Is that Kurt Hennig?
Oh, I missed it. I know Ric Flair's with him, but he always had the.
No, it's Jeff Jarrett. It's Jeff Jarrett. Never mind.
Oh, of course, because he's like a founding father of the.
I wouldn't call Jeff Jarrett a founding father of anything. Other than
GSW. He's a founding father of the Four Horsemen. He's a founding father of the NWO. He's not the NWO, the Bullet Club.
He was in NWO.
I know. I'm about to say Bullet
Club. Rebirth, NWO Silver and Black, brother.
Wait, what?
Jeff Jarrett was leader of NWO Silver and Black, along with fucking Bret Hart and Scott Hall.
Oh, you know what?
And the Harris brothers. I'm watching that right now. 2000 WCW, brother. Come on. Man.
No. So this is how clueless I was about WCW because I would go in and out of knowing what's going on. And honestly, with WCW,
they got the stretcher out for Arn, bro. Luger took him out, broke his back.
That's
Arn's selling hard, bro.
This is kayfabe, or was he actually hurt here?
Bro, there's fucking 19 paramedics out here to like sell this injury. There's no way. Like, did you just get worked by a Lex Luger fucking match, to where you actually thought this was real all of a sudden? If he had a legit back injury, do you think they're gonna let him fucking look how they're getting him on this stretcher, dude?
I didn't know if it was a back injury. It could have been anything.
He was in the torture rack. Or maybe his arm's hurt, and that's why they stretched him? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
His arm's hurt, so stretched. Isn't that what happened to Dwayne Wade?
Could have been.
He hurt his shoulder, so they put him in a wheelchair?
Could have been his.
Well, they just said on the screen, it said his back or ribcage here. They're not sure, but apparently it's his back. Chuck taking the medical attendance. I don't know.
Yeah. Could have been his ribcage.
Either way, stretched him out. Luger broke him up.
Dropped animal.
Luger busted him up, son. What's Stagger Lee going to do? We're going to do an interview. Who's he going to interview?
Stagger Lee looks like Paul Bearer.
Bro, Stagger Lee was the man back in the day. You don't even know. You talking shit.
You're right.
Another 1-900. It's for the WCW hotline, 1-900-909-9900. Kids, you must have your parents' vision before calling.
Oh, dude, man. I'm not hating on Stagger Lee, but look at him. You're not going to tell me he doesn't look like Paul Bearer there? Like a young Paul Bearer?
Oh, dude.
Who is this?
Colonel Rob Parker, man. Him and Sister Sherry were having a love affair. Sherry Martel.
Who is Colonel Rob Parker? I'm
Oh,
clueless to
Robert
this.
Fuller. Rob Fuller.
Interesting.
Dude, he's a legend. Hold on. You don't know who Rob Parker is?
Nah, man, I remember Harlem Heat, but I don't remember this.
Colonel Rob Parker had like the stud stable. He was like, oh my god, bro.
What was his gimmick? What was he like? Some kind of like rich Texan, like oil tycoon?
From the South, man. He was like a Southern WCW guy. Yeah, that's Robert Fuller. He was like a legend back in the day.
What's he? Is he playing like a heel here, or is he playing a?
Oh, he's in love with him and Sister Sherry. Got loved up on each other
But why they with Harlem Heat?
because Sister Sherry managed Harlem Heat,
Okay.
and Rob Parker left his group. Rob Parker managed like Tex Slazenger and um, Tex Slazenger and Shanghai Pierce at one point, and then like
I was gonna say it
Dick
doesn't look
Slater, like Dick Slater and Bunkhouse Brown or Bunkhouse whatever his name was.
it doesn't look like Stevie
Bunkhouse
Ray is
Buck.
all too hot on this Colonel guy.
Well, the Colonel, they didn't really want the Colonel to be there, but Sherry was in love with the Colonel, so they had to tolerate it.
That's
That
what I
was
was
the
trying to get
storyline at
at.
the
I was
time.
trying to figure out like
The Colonel, they were feuding for a long time. The Colonel was feuding with his tag teams were always feuding with Harlem Heat, and then all of a sudden, him and Sister Sherry, like Sherry got a concussion or whatever, and then like came back from amnesia and was in love with Rob Parker, and then they like. I think it was World War III this year is when they got together earlier this year. I remember this because I watched it recently.
Here we go.
Oh, here's your boy. Ah, man, Jimmy Hart. Look at Jimmy Hart's jacket, dude.
He always rocks such awesome stuff.
Man, that jacket's fucking tight.
Dude, he never disappointed with the jackets for these kind of big
That tie is even nice, too.
Yeah. They should
Jimmy
sell
Hart,
those.
you know Jimmy Hart did the music for WCW?
That doesn't shock me. He did a lot of the music on Hulk Hogan's album, which
Man,
you can
yeah.
actually go back in one of the brother shows on bodyslam.net presented by Broadcast Network is Notes on Notes, and their very first episode of Notes on Notes that they did was a review of Hulk Hogan's album and a listen along, and they talked about how Jimmy Hart was very, very deeply influential in all of the music tech on that whole album.
Oh, look at this. Mongo's coming out now with
My favorite Four Horsemen, baby.
Mongo.
He's my favorite.
And look at that. Look at this. Benoit and fucking Nancy. Woman. You know who she is, right?
Yeah, man. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of silent because, honestly, it's just
Oh, he's my favorite.
– but I'm not going to say anything.
He is my favorite.
It's
not. I mean, dude.
It gives me –
He was sick. He was sick, man. His concussions and steroids.
All I was going to say is I was silent because it literally gives me chills to watch them walk out.
Well, Kevin Sullivan being around, because they made that shit real as fuck when, like –
I know.
He took her from. They had an angle like that. They wrote that in the storyline, and it was real life. Like they
talked about that on Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah,
that was really well done.
That was a good episode.
And I love how it just highlights how amazing Chris Jericho is.
Yeah, Chavo's a good guy too. Look at
Chavo. I'm into a lot
Sullivan.
of people.
Look at the back of that jacket. So it's Meng, Barbarian, Kevin Sullivan, Conan, and Jimmy Hart. That's the whole Dungeon of Doom right there. That's left. That's all that's left in that incarnation. What about when Brutus the Barber Beefcake came back as the NWO disciple with the fucking muscle, all muscled up as fuck with that beard looking like a biker, and it didn't even look like him? Do you remember that?
I remember that he was in there. I never was big on Brutus Beefcake.
Dude, me either. I didn't even realize that the disciple was him. Like that's how you talk about people not looking like the same when they come back. Look that shit up.
Well, I mean,
he might even be on this fucking pay-per-view because I think the one or two before that's when he debuted. Like he came up at the one where Hogan took the title from the Giant at Hog Wild pay-per-view or whatever it was. Is the one where they showed up.
Yeah, but nobody had to go through.
Whoa, that was a high kick from him.
That was tight. But nobody had.
Mongo.
Nobody had
to
go.
Mongo was an announcer when he a year before this when Nitro started in September '95. Mongo was the announcer they brought in. So within a year, Mongo transitioned from announcing to wrestling.
I got my timetable mixed around because I watched an old school Nitro once where he wasn't announcing, and I was like, wait a minute. I thought he was wrestling after this. So I just mixed up. I just assumed that he was announcing after he was wrestling, but went the other way around with him. Damn
They
it! I
brought
was
him
gonna
in
say something. I forgot
he
what I
did.
was gonna say. I
Mongo
had
did
something.
TV. Mongo did like TV and radio before this because after he won the Super Bowl, he did like talk radio and sports talk and shit. I think he'd even won like an Emmy. So when they brought him in from Nitro, like he was like an Emmy award-winning show TV host. So that was why they brought him in.
Yeah.
Just to have some clout, you know what I mean? Tony Schiavone wasn't even on the fucking Nitro like commentary crew. It was Mongo.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna use this as a bathroom break. Because
Your favorite Horseman match you're using as a bathroom break. Let's just do this. Let's just hit pause.
No. Don't hit pause. I want to keep
everybody a break. We'll track it. Give it a pause and take a break because I can run too.
No.
I can run too because I need to let my dogs out. We'll
take turns. We'll take turns because I'm afraid that if we pause it, something's gonna mess up. Too many things to pause and go back on. Let's just keep it going. I'm gonna take 2 seconds. I'll be right back. You just talk to the fans.
God damn. So I've been chopped by the Barbarian. The Barbarian's throwing chops right now on Chris Benoit. And so I was at a show in Cherokee with my man Chase Owens. I was managing Chase. I think in the back, Barbarian chopped me. I had handprints on my chest for like 2 weeks. Watching these chops by the Benoit with a nice fucking suplex bridge there. Overhead belly to back into belly to belly into a bridge. Oh, Benoit heavy chops on Barbarian. Headbutts on the Barbarian now. Mongo trying to give orders for some reason. Mongo just needs to shut up and let Benoit and the Barbarian work. When the Barbarian first came into WCW, though, he was like challenging Ron Simmons, I think, for the WCW World Title and shit. Now this tag team is good. Me and the Barbarian always did like them, though. Man, Benoit throwing kicks. Benoit was just incredible to watch in the ring. Ooh, showing Kevin Sullivan because the heat's still real there. Mongo's coming in. Let's bring Meng in to work with him because Meng can make anybody look all right. Fucking, you better hope Meng liked you too, because if he didn't, he would beat the shit out of you. Oh man, Meng did his fucking Tongan dance. They're squaring off. Oh man, Mongo's mocking him. They just sumoed and Meng is fucking him up. Oh nice. Meng with some chops. Meng with chops. Bro.
Hey.
Meng is a hard ass. I did play by play the whole time pretty much.
Sweet. I mean, it's good
and
to
I told a story.
See, that's the good thing. That's what I like about us going back and forth because we should give a little bit of play-by-play too. But
I told a story about the Barbarian chopping me, giving me chops.
Oh, yeah. You had told me that before.
Yeah, Barbarian chopped me. Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson, Buff Bagwell was there on it.
Wasn't that all in one night?
All in less than fucking 2 minutes. They lined up and like ran a chop train on me. Like it was like a terrible, terrible fucking movie.
Well, yeah, why would you let that happen to you?
What am I going to tell them? No, like run away or something? I'm in the locker room.
Don't run away. You're in the.
I'm in the locker room, bro. I'm in the locker room with them. What am I going to do?
I thought that was at a bar.
Chase. No, I'm at the locker room. I'm with Chase. I went with Chase Owens to his show as like his manager.
Okay. I gotcha.
Chase was defending the NWA belt. So like, since he's defending the belt and it's being taped, we can't have you manage because you're not an NWA manager, so we got to keep the NWA storyline. So I was wearing the table, but I'm in the back. So they're like, "Oh, this is your greenhorn. Let's chop him in." And I'm like, "What? No, let's not chop me in." And then Barbarian's like, "We're going to chop you in," because it was his show, and it was just like, dude, he just, oh my god. And then like after that first chop, he laughs, and then everybody's like, "We're chopping him in," and then they all just ran over, and it was just like every veteran that was there was just like throwing chops. I looked at all the people I knew, like fucking Chase, all those other guys, like, "Would you fucking do it?" Chris Hamrick got in on it and threw chops. I was like, "I'll fight you, Hamrick," but Hamrick just giggled and laughed and did it anyway. Stole Chase's boot, hit it. Chase is like, "Got a wrestle." He's like, "I need my fucking boot." He's like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Chase has some interesting things looking like in the lineup. He posted something on his Instagram.
He just took off today.
Where's he going?
He's going to Japan, brother. He's got that New Japan.
I
Which
didn't know if that was
no, everybody's showing back up because they know that like all the
okay.
Meltzer was talking about it. All the people that are showing back up now
So that's
for the
exciting.
next tour. But
So
yeah,
that
like he
means
doesn't
big
know
things for what's it called for New Japan in general.
Yeah, they got a lot of their guys back because they lifted I think the travel restrictions over there finally.
Right. Okay.
But because of the way it goes, I think they're pretty much stuck over there through the rest of the year.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Besides the things they're over there now for months now instead of just their usual like short little because Chase will be over there for a couple months at a time anyway. But I think they're just gonna stay over there like a little longer than usual this time.
Even
But
if
they
it's not that hard getting out of Japan, I'm sure it's probably very difficult getting back into the U.S. from Japan.
work if you got work visa and stuff, they let you back in. But I think like the deal is like once he comes back over here, he can't come back for you have to quarantine to get back in to Japan or something weird like that. I think
Right.
maybe. So I
But
think it would just be like a pain in the ass to have people leave and come back because they have to like there's that time window of like not making it even worth it. You know what I mean? Because you have to travel and sit.
right.
Yeah. So
I would speculate how long
man,
it would take to even get a work visa like that, or how restrictive they are in handing
I
them
saw
out.
Chase go to the consulate a couple weeks ago.
I
It's
wonder
probably
if that's the. I
it's
wonder how
probably two or
political
three
that
weeks.
is.
It's probably two. I went with it. He's in Atlanta.
But like,
Just go to.
does it go state by state, or would it go like
No, he
federal?
had to go to
It's
the. He
federal,
had to
right?
go. Yeah, it's federal. So the Japanese consulate that he had to go to is in Atlanta. So I went with him the first time he ever went to get his visa and his work visa to go over to Japan. We went
Well,
to the one in Atlanta, and
no, no, no. But
he lives in Virginia.
I'm talking about getting back to America,
It's
regardless.
all the
Like,
same thing. Once you've got you take care of it over here, and then you're allowed to come back. Like they have like it documented like before you go that you know what I mean. I don't think it's on this paperwork when he leaves when he can come back. You know what I mean? Like I don't think unless something happens, I don't think he has to go see anybody over there when it's time to come back. I think it's taken care of when you
that's
leave.
what I was wondering for coming back to America. Is there any kind of like pre like return quarantine process? Like, does he have to go to their consulate or something and stay there for 2 weeks before he can get on the plane?
No, I don't think so. I think it's all worked out before we go. Oh, look at this. We got Benoit taking the job here. Double diving headbutt. Oh man, double Benoit moves on him. You're not getting up from that. He's not. One, two. Oh, Mongo with the save.
Mango.
Mongo with. There's a lot of black tights in this match too.
You know what tomorrow is? It's
Monday.
just another Mongo Monday.
Do
Oh,
you follow the Twitter account, the Mongo Twitter account, or whatever it is, Mongo Moves, or whatever it is?
I believe I just started following it because
Because they always comment on my shit and we banter back and forth on there.
I don't know if it was that actually or if it was WrestleBotch that initially put me around because WrestleBotch always does like a Mongo Monday
Uh
thing.
oh.
And they
Look
might
at
have
this. Look at this. Look at this suplex.
nice
Oh, dude,
combo.
that's the power and glory, isn't it?
Look at Mongo coming up around.
That's like the power and glory move, pretty much. But usually it's a superplex into that, you know?
Right.
That's what FTR is using now, too. Oh, Mongo with the
Yeah.
Halliburton briefcase.
FTR used that in their
Oh,
last match. It looked awesome.
yeah. Halliburton. Benoit coming in. Oh, Benoit's going to do his fucking headbutt. Show you how to do it right. Benoit doesn't need two heads. Watch this. Dynamite Kid style, because that's his hero.
Dude, the coolest
1,
part of that move when
2,
he did that,
3. Horseman win.
it looked like a fast count.
Oh, man, because it was over. Mark Curtis knew what was up. It was
Um,
elementary at that point. Oh, Barbarian with the Halliburton right back.
the coolest thing about Benoit's finisher, the off the top rope, was always to me how he would
Uh-oh.
reposition
Dungeon of
it.
Doom are out.
It was always how he would.
Conan's got woman. I'm
Coolest thing
listening to you.
I know it's just the coolest thing to me was always how he would reposition himself in midair to be able to hit it well, regardless of however who was taking it was laying on the ground.
Oh, did you see that? Fucking
Uh,
sliding kick.
that's
Somebody went to whip Benoit into the ropes inside. I think it was the Barbarian or Meng, and all he did instead was just do a sliding drop kick into fucking Conan, who was fucking with Nancy, and knocked him into the damn guardrail.
Kevin
Mongo's
Sullivan out
out.
at
Mongo's
ringside.
dead. Mongo's dead. And Deborah's upset. Benoit's taking on the whole goddamn Dungeon of Doom. I noticed that Big Bubba he must have been on the front of the jacket because he's not on the back of Jimmy Hart's jacket.
Kevin
Yeah,
Sullivan's in the ring now. He's got the what is that? A
oh,
briefcase?
Halliburton on the Halliburton briefcase on the back of the head of Mongo a couple times, throwing it down. Why's Kevin Sullivan wearing a suit? Oh, Barbarian with the big boot to Benoit. They're just beating the shit out of fucking Benoit. This is beautiful. Oh, Conan with the double-footed drop kick, and he's all over the lay and shit.
That was a sweet spine buster too. Is that
Is it
Boss
Big
Man? That was
Bubba?
Boss Man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Big Bubba, my friend.
Big Bay Bubba Boss Man.
Big Bubba Rogers.
Big Bay Bubba Boss Man Rogers.
Remember? Did you ever see
Man,
his?
that is a sweet jacket.
Did you ever see the original incarnation of Big Bubba when he first came into NWA, WCW, when he was Jim Cornette's like bodyguard?
Nah.
And he wore the hat and like
the hell is this?
suspenders. Well, Kevin Sullivan's about to Me Too her.
Man, this is
cringy.
Yeah.
Knowing the history. This is after he'd been beating the shit out of her too, and Benoit like got mad and they had that fucking fight. But I guess he just took his shirt off and talked shit, and he's gonna beat the shit out of her new lover in front of her. This is fucking awesome.
Oh man.
But this was known. This was part of the storyline. You know what I mean?
I know. But that's what makes it extra cringeworthy now, is the fact that it was known back then. They made it a storyline, and knowing how everything resulted. You know?
Fucking panned out. What about the conspiracy theory that Kevin Sullivan was really the fucking? Oh no, we're not gonna talk about that.
I mean, you can if you want to, but I'm not gonna get into that. If you want to go monologue.
Ratings, bro. The two wrestling conspiracy theory episode.
Look at that! I hate those tights. I hate Benoit's tights. It's like
it's a 4 and an H.
But I know, but like the just the positioning of the red in that
like you just stare at his crotch.
Yeah,
it makes you look at his dick.
Who else? Somebody else did that too, and it was I even have it on. Maybe I don't, but I think Triple H used to do that with some of his tights. Whatever, I can't find it, but somebody used to do that. So we're coming up to some awesome matches that are left.
Oh, Ted DiBiase's back out, bro.
Nice.
To talk to us at NWO style. Hang on. Vincent's there. Fuckman Jones or Fuck Money Jones back there in the back.
What's his name?
So it will.
Oh, SD Jones. Okay.
Yeah. Well, he calls himself Soul Train Jones.
Okay. Yeah.
Or he always likes to talk about fuck money, so I like to call him Fuck Money Jones.
Okay. I gotcha.
He loves Olive Garden and breadsticks too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he could be Olive Garden Jones.
Olive Garden Jones. OG Jones.
OG Jones. I like to call him Fuck Money Jones though. Fuck Money Jones. FM Jones. Because he's all about that fuck money. Fuck money. Man, Ted DiBiase, though, he's dyeing his hair black to match that NWO look right now. I think they kick him out of the NWO here pretty soon. He starts managing Scott Steiner and Rick Steiner before Scott Steiner splits up and joins.
To go in the NWO.
Yeah, but he manages them for a while because they feud. I think it's like late 97, 98 when Scott Steiner joins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, in fact, I don't know if I ever showed you that one, but I do have an NWO Scott Steiner.
Wait,
it's hard to see it, but it's like on his belly.
I think I do too.
You got the same one?
Somewhere. It might be in a box, or it might have fallen. I'm looking for it.
Here they come.
Oh.
Heart and soul of NWO.
Oh shit, we got it up. Are you too sweet to me?
Oh yeah, baby. Woo.
Oh, they're coming through the crowd too, man.
I love that, man. That was like the original. Like, who did that before them on a regular, consistent basis?
Nobody. They were the outsiders, so that's why they're coming in, not through the crowd. They're coming in, or not through the locker room. They're coming in through the crowd.
Oh wait, when did Bruiser Brody do that?
No, he would just come out of the locker room and then run through the crowd chasing Japanese people around. Yeah, he would just like go from the back into the crowd and chase away the fans.
Right.
He was chaining around and bark at you and shit. But no, they just started coming. They started like doing this because I think at this point they were still like not signed by WCW. They were still just like takeover. You know what I mean?
Well, at this point they're established that they're signed, right? Because at this point Hogan is
had
already
turned. Yeah,
there.
yeah, had
Like,
turned, and Bischoff had already joined too, right?
so like they gave him like I think they storyline have contracts at this point.
Yeah, but I think they're still like consider themselves the outsiders for coming
Outsiders.
through the crowd, and it's still like WCW Halloween Havoc. It's not WCW NWO Halloween Havoc because remember I think they had like a rights coming soon. Something happens, they win. There's a match stipulation where if they win, they are now part of the company,
Right.
and that's why it's like they get to have their own pay per view, and it's WCW.
Even the video game.
Yeah, yeah, because it's so something happened, and there's still like NWO is still supposedly not part of WCW, and they're trying to take it over at this point in the storyline. Oh man, Colonel Robert Parker was one of my favorite things about WCW at this time.
Really?
It was fantastic. Yes.
See, even that, like, it's just so it seems so cringeworthy to me watching Harlem Heat being brought to the ring by Colonel Sanders.
Oh, dude, and you should hear him talk. He had the heavy like plantation fucking slave owner voice guy. It was great. He's like, yeah, now here, let me talk to you about it. Now here.
That's what I mean. We're saying the exact same thing, but I'm like, oh, it's so cringeworthy. You're like, I know, it's great. You're so as much as I want to be a heel and act like I'm a heel. Let's be honest, you're the real.
Oh, dude, I'm not offended by any of this though. Like, this is what wrestling was. Wrestling stereotyped. Like, wrestling was like was a comic book come to life or an anime like anime come to life, and everything's over, exaggerated and super stereotypical. And
well,
that's just what wrestling was. And if you're offended by it, then
are you clipping your nails right now?
I had one of them, bro. I had to cut one of them. It was fucking bothering me. Just one. I was like, God damn it, I didn't do a good job on it. And it was like fucking, I've been chewing it too. You're not seeing me? Like I was fucking.
I haven't been. I've been watching the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I kept.
I haven't been staring at you.
I kept. It was like bothering me. I was like, if I don't just cut it, I'm just gonna fuck with it the rest of the night. So I was like, I'm gonna get this over with. And there's a lot of red and black in this match too. What is with everybody wearing the same fucking gear?
But once again, it should be easy to tell them apart.
Why?
Well, because one team is white and the other team is black, so they don't look similar to each other since you're putting me on blast. But that actually reminded me of the point that I was trying to make when we got off topic with you on your nails was it's not so much the projection of the stereotype for the gimmick that is cringeworthy to me as much as knowing that not everybody who's going to watch this is as much of just a fan who can take the realism out of it and see it just for what it is as a professional. You know what I mean? Like, it's knowing that it's going to offend other people for reasons that I myself wouldn't be able to feel to the same level. That's what makes it kind of cringeworthy for me.
You're showing your whiteness here.
It's not whiteness, dude. It's
all right, Karen.
I'm not saying I'm against it.
Offended. You need to stop being offended by Colonel Robert Parker. He's a national treasure.
I'm trying to tell you why I don't like it. It's not like
the stud stable.
So what? I'm not allowed to be cringed out.
He managed Arn Anderson.
Okay.
Arn Anderson was part of the stud stable. You have a problem with Colonel Parker. You have a problem with Arn Anderson.
How did that gimmick end? How did it end with Harlem Heat being teamed up with Colonel Anderson?
He eventually fucks up and costs him the title, and they kick him out and fight and like beat and like throw him out of the thing. And then Sister Sherry's heartbroken, and he's trying to win her back. And then I think they fire him in like 97, 98. They just let go because they're like, we don't have a place for you anymore.
Okay, so they signed him. That's the thing.
Robert Parker's he's been a manager of WCW for 5 years at this point.
But you got to understand, Cass, that I'm very unaware of the storylines going into this. So earlier,
Robert Parker's been a character in WCW for
earlier in the night when I asked you how did they get teamed up with each other, and
yeah, I told you like a quick 4 years of progression.
But you said that they didn't want to be with him, but it was something with Sherry that had him. And I assumed that they
Yeah.
were like working for him against their will, which is a big part of the reason why I said that it
No,
was
I said it was
cringeworthy.
because him and Sister Sherry hooked up, and now he's just tagging along because he's fucking
All
their
right,
manager.
well, it completely changes the scenario if Colonel.
You just didn't listen to my history lesson correctly.
Sure.
Because you were offended by the white guy with the white guy. I don't know why you're offended by Robert Parker being there, but not by Sister Sherry being there.
I was
That's a double
offended
standard.
by the thought that it was. Maybe I heard you wrong, or maybe I understood you wrong. It was the thought that they're working for this dude.
They're not working
With their
for him. He's just
will.
there fucking.
That's what I thought.
Everybody's working for Sister Sherry.
That's what I thought was the scenario, was that they were working.
Look at Sister Sherry. You think that
Let me
she doesn't
finish,
run the
dude.
show?
We can't talk at the same time on a podcast. It's bad for business. So
I'm having so much fun fucking with you. I'm sorry.
yeah, but if you keep doing it, I'm just not even going to put this up because it sounds
Aw.
awful. If I can't even finish a sentence without you telling me
She's
my fault.
screaming. I'm listening.
I don't even remember what I'm talking about. I'm
Oh,
actually going to
Sister
take a bathroom break right now, so you can just keep talking for a minute.
Oh man, these guys wrestled a bunch over the next like year or two. All right, so I guess I'm gonna stop fucking with him so much over the next little bit, and it's so because he's a little sensitive right now. But we got my man Mark Curtis in there. That's all that matters. He does these heavy matches. He's so into this too. You watch Mark Curtis is doing the holds pretty much along with everybody, and that's my favorite part about him. Oh, Booker T, Scott Hall trading shots back and forth. Booker T shoots him off into the ropes. Scott Hall with the shoulder. Scott Hall back off the ropes again. Oh, leapfrog by Booker T. Hip toss blocked, hip toss blocked, hip toss blocked. Oh, Booker T hip tosses Scott Hall over the top rope to the floor. Booker T over there talks shit to Kevin Nash. What's Stevie Ray doing? Where's Stevie Ray at? Stevie Ray needs to be working him over. Oh, there he is. Boom. Stevie Ray with the clothesline. Takes him right down. That's what's up. Sister Sherry talking shit. Where's Nash? Oh, Robert Parker, he got the umbrella. No, he's got the cane. He's got something. Oh, Steve Ray's getting in. Man. I remember watching this pay-per-view live. I was probably, I was 13. Oh, man. You don't spit in Stevie Ray's face. Who does that? Scott Hall does. The big guy's getting in, though. Nash coming over the top rope. Dude, Kevin Nash was big. Big, sexy homie. Stevie Ray's big, too. Man, how tall was Stevie Ray? Shit. Because Kevin Nash is like 6'11", and Stevie Ray got to be like 6'8", 6'7". How fucking tall is Stevie Ray? Oh, look at Mark Curtis. He's so into this shit. Ooh. Nash with them heavy hands. We got the Nash knees in the corner.
All right, I'm back.
Nash always throws these same knees. Mark Curtis is so into this match, too. Mark Curtis does moves along with everybody. Watch this shit. I wish you could see him. He's probably throwing the elbow with Nash.
Who's that, the ref?
Yeah. He gets so into it. He's like doing moves. Like when scoop slams are happening, you see him slamming and reacting to the move. He's the best.
Look how amateur Kevin Nash's like NWO tights look right now compared to the way they will look in the future. Maybe not. They actually look fine from the front. From the side, it looks so like knockoff almost.
So Nash is what, 6'11", 7 foot?
I don't know if he's 7 foot.
I think he's 6'11".
Yeah,
But
you're right.
look at how tall Stevie Ray is. That's what I was talking to myself about while you were gone. Is Stevie Ray's got to be like 6'7", 6'8". Dude, he's tall as fuck too.
Yeah. Stevie Ray was we saw Stevie Ray at the bar a lot when we were down in New Orleans for WrestleMania 34. And I don't know if this was on air or not when I was telling you this when we were there at the hotel bar, and JJ Dillon came up and was talking to my buddy Shane and I, and
We definitely talked. I don't remember if it was on air.
so we're sitting there at the bar, and he comes down to the hotel bar, and he's sitting next to us, and it was where the WrestleCon was. So throughout the whole weekend, there were people filtering in and out of the hotel bar. Stevie Ray was there a lot, so we would see him, and JJ Dillon came down one night and sat right next to us. So we were talking to him a little bit, talking to him about wrestling, but we also started talking to him about baseball, and he got really engaged about that. And when his food came, we were like, oh, well, it was nice talking to you. We'll let you eat. And he turned and continued talking to us as he was eating, kept the conversation going for a good hour, to the point where Stevie Ray comes over thinking that he needs to rescue JJ Dillon from these crazy fans. Yeah, what's up? Hey, you want to come over and sit with us? We got a table. And he's like, nah, I'm good. Have you met these guys? Introduced.
That's awesome.
Stevie was like, all right, I'll talk to you later.
Stevie Ray with the Booker T or with the Scott or the Rick Steiner Bulldog.
Yeah.
Oh, god damn, that was a fucking clothesline. Damn.
I love Harlem Heat, man.
Did you ever watch any of the early shit with GWF? That was on ESPN back in the day? GWF's on the network, but it's the USWA version and not the other version of the GWF. But they were there at Ebony Express.
Ebony Express, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
The what did you say it was? GWF?
Global Wrestling Federation. It used to be on ESPN.
Was that okay?
Late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah. I always assumed that when they were playing wrestling on ESPN, it was either AWA or didn't they have their own ESPN professional wrestling promotion for a little bit?
It was GWF.
Oh, it was the same thing?
Yeah, you just they had the ESPN logo and shit
yeah.
On because they did the ESPN ESPN here with Global Wrestling Federation, ESPN presents and yeah. That was what you're talking about. But yeah, they had the Harlem Heat was in that. Syxx, Sean Waltman was in that. Lightning Kid.
Really?
Yeah,
I've never seen
Bagwell
that.
was in that. Buff Bagwell was there as the handsome stranger.
I remember.
Stunning Steve Austin was there.
Yeah, I remember loving back in the day when, in the early stages of the network. Remember when the network was an on-demand feature that had specific things each month that they would put out?
Mm-hmm.
I remember back in the day when they had that. That was, I think, classic wrestling. That was when I first started getting into watching classic old school wrestling. But the one thing that I used to see on cable that was old school wrestling was Friday or Saturday nights at 11 o'clock. If I wasn't out, they would have old school, GWF on. And I always remember when I was in the hospital for my appendix, I couldn't sleep. And that was the only
Scott Hall caught Booker T. Did you see that? Sorry to cut you off.
Nah, I got lost in my own stupid
Booker T did a crossbody, and Scott Hall just caught him and did his fall away. Anyway, you're getting your appendix out watching GWF.
Nah, that's pretty much the end of it. But dude, that's insane because Scott Hall's so tall that you forget how strong he is because he just looks
Hall's 6'10".
But that's the thing. He's so tall that he looks skinny. But to catch a crossbody of Booker T, especially Booker T at this point when he's so jacked, how much do you think Booker T weighs there? 275 at least?
No, dude. Booker T's probably 245.
You think? How tall is Booker T? He's 6'6" himself, isn't he?
6'4", 6'5", probably.
Oh, really?
He's a little bit shorter, but not much. Let's look Booker T. I'm going to look that up. That's a good question. I'm going to type in Stevie Ray instead of Booker T. Come on, man. Get your head in the game. Booker T. Huffman. How tall is he? He's 6'3".
Oh, really? I thought he was taller than that.
So Stevie Ray is 6'5".
Okay.
Stevie Ray looks taller than that. I don't know. Anyway. I was always a fan of Booker T's mustache. It was very Eddie Murphy.
I was always a fan of Booker T.
Same.
Just throughout his career, man.
I'm at the point now where they just split up Harlem Heat.
Okay.
And my watch along is of my WCW 2000 year. And Ahmed Johnson came back as Big T.
Did he really?
Yeah, Ahmed Johnson is like Booker T and Stevie Ray were splitting up, and then Stevie Ray brings back Ahmed Johnson as Big T, and they are new Harlem Heat 2000. Huh. And they bring in remember Clarence Mason from WWF?
Yeah.
He comes in as Mr. Biggs as like their manager too. He'd already been around before that because he was managing Diamond Dallas Page, Chris Kanyon, and Bam Bam Bigelow as the Jersey Triad. But then they just like dissolved that, and then he started showing up with like Stevie Ray and Big T as their like attorney figure from the hood. And they like took the name Harlem Heat from Booker T, and they took the name the T away from Booker T, so he wasn't even allowed to be called Booker T anymore. He was just Booker because Big T owned the rights to the T. Yeah, Big T was the only one that could be called T. Damn, Steve Ray does a gorilla press Scott Hall over his fucking head.
That was impressive, dude.
Oh,
literally
fucking Booker coming in out of left field with that clothesline over the top too.
Literally all four guys in this match are just like huge monsters.
Oh, watch this.
And they all are getting manhandled by each other because they're all just.
Are we gonna do the Harlem Hangover? Oh fuck yeah, Harlem Hangover. But he's not the legal man. Gotta get him out of there.
Oh, Colonel Sanders. Yeah.
Colonel Parker. That's Colonel Parker, brother.
I'm gonna call him Colonel Sanders. I don't care.
You can't disrespect the Colonel like that.
I'm doing it.
You son of a bitch. This is where they turn on him. This is where it's his fault. He got hit with the cane, cost him the title. Colonel runs away. It's your fault. I'm blaming this on you. This whole fiasco is your fault.
It's my fault?
Yeah.
What'd I do?
You're not a Colonel Parker supporter.
Yeah, let me ask you, what do you like better, the Hungover or the Swanton Bomb?
You mean the Harlem Hangover or the Swanton Bomb? The Harlem Hangover.
What do I call it, the Hungover?
Yeah. New champs, baby.
Nice. I always love the Outsiders.
Those belts were pretty back in the day, too.
WCW in general had a lot of good-looking belts.
There at the end, though, they got a little ridiculous. They started looking like ECW belts because they made that hardcore title kind of look like that. They always kept big gold. But and the U.S. title looking like it did. But like their new titles, they threw the TV title in the trash there at the end too.
That's like their gimmick.
Well, Hacksaw Jim Duggan finds the U.S. title in the trash.
Oh, really?
Janitor Duggan finds the U.S. title in the trash and makes himself the TV champ. And then Steven Regal starts challenging him for it. And I think he says that if you can't take the title away from Janitor Duggan, he's going to retire. I think that's when he left him with the WWF.
Oh, okay.
That Janitor Duggan beat him on a Saturday night and ran him away.
Yeah. I'm going to go mute for like 2 seconds.
All right. Oh, Colonel should have sold this a little bit better here. I was a little disappointed with that. He didn't even put up a fight. Nash really not doing so good with the hooks there on the shot. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Mark Curtis. He didn't want to sell it. Those Nikes are sharp, though, Mark Curtis.
Sorry.
Scott Hall's kind of got a mullet, too, doesn't he?
Yeah, he always rocked the mullet though. Even during the Razor Ramon era.
Well, I mean, that's because he had a Cuban mullet, because he was Cuban. He was very Scarface.
Hey, man. Hey, Chico.
That's what he was supposed to be. He was supposed to be Scarface. Oh, right. So this is the World War III's coming up. See, this is the next pay-per-view. It's World War III. I was just talking about World War III, and it hadn't happened yet. I watched that one.
Who is that?
It kind of looked like Eugene, didn't it?
For a split second, it kind of looked like Brian Pillman.
Oh, no. Pillman's gone. He's in another company by this point.
Yeah.
He was feuding with Austin at this point.
I was going to say, I didn't know when did he pass away?
97, 98.
So it was
Because
still,
it was on it. He did a live Shotgun Saturday night. I know that, and he was supposed to work the pay-per-view the next day.
dude. Look at Hogan right here. Look at his
Oh,
hair.
this was when he just done a movie. He had just done a movie. Yeah, he
Thunder
had
in
just done a
Paradise.
movie.
Is this post Thunder in Paradise?
Yeah, well, yeah, because he was a bad guy now. He just went and filmed a movie. I forgot what it was.
That's what I mean. It was after he filmed Thunder in Paradise.
Yeah. Because Thunder Paradise was before this. Brian Pillman died in '97, October 5th, '97.
But dude, I'm so surprised at just him not hiding the baldness here. You know what I mean?
He's got those fucking spikes, bro. He's spiked up.
But like, this is the first time that I can imagine seeing him without completely hiding his. Like, this is the first. I can't remember the last time I saw his hairline. I don't remember ever seeing his hairline.
Oh, this is it. This is like the last time you will see it, pretty much.
But even before this, you know?
Yeah. Tell you, dude, he had a movie, so he like wasn't slicking it back and shaving and doing whatever. Like, it might have not even been real. He might have like had it hair plugs or something, implants or something at this point. I don't even know. Like, it doesn't even look real, does it?
I always loved the way that his facial hair looked, though. The dark.
No, dude, because he was bald up top, right? Forever. So he's filming a movie. So like something's going on where he's got like he has to be. I'm gonna look this up because Hogan he has hair right here and he never had hair on the top of his head, right?
It might have been the thing.
Even during Thunder Lips, he didn't have fucking hair, did he?
But he was never shaving his head, was he?
No, he couldn't have been. You don't make that purposefully. Make that.
Yeah,
No
man,
way.
this hair looks weird here. But as far as his facial hair goes, I always loved his facial hair. I actually was thinking about being Hollywood Hogan last Halloween, and I was gonna bleach or not bleach, but I was gonna like paint my beard or not my beard, my like my goatee blonde because my facial hair is dark enough where it could have looked very Hollywood Hogan-esque.
Mm-hmm.
And then just get like the black and white boa and NWO shirt. The only thing that I would definitely need is you need to get the Thunder tights. Like you could do without the boots, but you got to get the tights. You can't just wear like black pants because otherwise you don't look like Hollywood Hogan.
No, you have to have the ties of the lightning on it because that's what he did. Yeah.
Or even tights. Like even if you can't get the lightning ones, you got to wear tights. You got to go.
I gotta look up his movies and see what movie he had filmed right here. He had to have been doing a movie because his hair was. This has to be something.
This pay-per-view went quick.
There's a lot on the card. Is this the main event?
Yeah. Maybe it didn't go as quick as I thought, but it feels like it went kind of quick to me.
No, it's been a few hours. Man, yeah. What has Hogan been?
Buffer.
Look up his film. I'm looking up his filmography because he had to have done something in the 1996 time period.
Well, Bruce Buffer's here now.
Oh, dude, he was doing all types of shit in '96.
Here's the thing: how much money?
Spy Hard. Santa with Muscles.
Wait, he was in Die Hard?
Spy Hard.
Oh, I was like, wait a minute, Hulk Hogan was in Die Hard?
Santa with Muscles. It might have been Santa with Muscles.
Oh yeah, Macho Man.
Or Assault on Devil's Island, maybe. Or Three Ninjas High Noon at Mega Mountain, maybe.
Dude, I cannot Macho Man impression nearly as good as I used to. I don't even smoke.
Yeah, Macho Man from Sarasota, Florida. Oh, look, snap into it even on the back, dude. He's all in. How much do you think they paid him to put that on the back of the jacket? Is he going to take us to the Slim Jim fucking display?
I hope so. Dude, whatever they paid him, it wasn't enough because
no, he's bringing in the monster truck. Bringing in that Slim Jim monster truck, the Macho Man Slim Jim truck. Let's bring it out, brother.
I think Macho Man and Slim Jim would have been one of my favorite like wrestling-related ad campaigns through the 90s.
How many other ones were there?
Oh, dude, there were. I mean, WWE was marketed with everything in the 90s. Off the
Oh
top of my
yeah,
head, like Mankind had the. Oh, look at that! Damn,
Death
he
Warrior D.
gunned it in there. Yeah, that was a cool one. You saw them all over the place. Maybe, maybe you're right though, because I'm hard pressed to find anything.
That was a little later, too.
Not too much. Oh, yeah, you're right. Like a year or two from here.
But this, like Macho Man was like 94, 5. I mean, he was like years of this, like into the late 90s too, right? He was always
Definitely in
doing
the like,
Sledge in commercials.
yeah, because even when he was because he's not NWO yet, but he's gonna be. Spoiler to anybody that's watching.
Oh,
this.
anybody that hasn't followed the history of the, do you know he's dead? Spoiler. He died.
Dude,
Heart
Hogan
attack.
looks so weird here.
That hair can't be real. This can't be real Hogan hair. Like it looks like it's different right above the bandana. You know what I mean? Can they surgically implant hair on his head that like fell out or something? Like what is going on?
That's not the real Hulk Hogan.
I mean, it's really
Hogan,
him, but it looks like his hair's fake. Like, how does he have fake hair on?
Hogan, I want you to know that I think you're still in the back, and I'm calling you out, Hogan.
Your Macho Man's really bad.
I know. It would have been better. I'm trying not to cough.
Oh, what is Hogan?
Too late.
Referee Pee Wee Anderson.
Yeah, how bad is
Randy
mine?
Anderson. Referee Randy Anderson's like, get your ass to the back. I'll give him the belt. Macho Man's got hat hair.
Yeah, but he's still got hair.
Man, Hogan's got hair too. What are you talking about? Look at it.
Hogan's
Where
got
did it come from, dude? I swear to God, I'm gonna look at the pay-per-view before this.
Hogan's got a damn
hair.
cheetah pet on his head.
Right? Like I know it disappears shortly after, but like was it there before this? For anybody that's not watching this with us, which I don't understand what you're doing anyway, listening to us talk about something you're not watching, even though we're not really talking about it, we're just talking about everything else around it. He's got spiky sting fucking spiked hair, like surfer hair. Like so that's why I thought maybe it was that Three Ninjas movie he was filming. Or
Look at this close up. Look at this close up, man. It doesn't look like hair. Like if you look at the hair on the back.
But look at the far away. Look at the color difference from the hair at the bottom and the top. Like the top's yellow and the bottom's like real looking.
Every
You
time
see that?
every time they zoom in and give a close up of his face and his head, look at just at the on top of the headband. Look at the hair on the side of his head and be on the back.
That's
of
what
his
I'm
head
saying. Yeah.
It's just completely different.
Yeah. Like you can see it really right there. Like the far shot too. Like it looks like different texture.
All right.
Like this is weird. I don't understand it at all. I remember watching this being confused by his hair as well too.
I don't hate it. It's a cool look for him. It's just weird saying it because I'm not used to it. And
I know he had to shave the black beard for a movie because he didn't have it there for a hot minute for a couple of weeks. They talked about it on Nitro being for a movie because I remember going back through and watching this around this time, like watching Nitros and shit.
He might have, dude. He might have had his hair like this for a while, and we just didn't notice it because he was always wearing a headband. I'm telling you, he might have had it for a few months, and we just never noticed it because he was rocking the headband so much. And the
headband came off during every match.
That did it.
Yeah, that do-rag that he would always wear. He's always wore a do-rag.
Right.
I swear that like it's got to be for a movie because I remember them talking about that. I swear during it has to be during a Nitro. I heard them talking about it. But I do see Bill Apter taking pictures there in the front. See him right there at ringside, right in the back, right behind it, right there.
Yep.
The camera up.
Yep.
Apter's a good guy. Ran into him at StarCast.
It's a shame he just stepped down, didn't he?
Just stepped down from what?
Isn't he the one that runs PWI?
No, that was Dave Shearer and Mike Johnson. And that was Ryan Satin that stepped down from Pro Wrestling Sheet.
No, I wasn't thinking Ryan Satin. I was thinking of who you just said.
Fuck. The Falcons fired Dan Quinn.
Really?
3 hours ago.
Well, they're 0-4 now, right?
Yeah.
It's a shame, dude. They're too good to be. And I don't know. I mean, does Julio still want out?
He didn't play today.
But isn't he trying to get out of Atlanta?
That
After signing that
was Adam Schefter's report.
He signed that massive deal, though. It's like you got to get him to restructure, I would think, if anybody's going to take on that contract, even though he's worth the money.
Man, I loved Hogan's black beard and white mustache. That's
I'm telling you, dude, yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
That was the look, dude. I wish I had that. Mm.
I could rock it. I have the steady hands and the technology.
God damn, Bad Guy Hogan is the best.
Yeah, I agree. I always love just everything about the look and the black with the thunder. Always thought that was a cool look. In fact, there's one NWO Hollywood Hogan shirt that is still on WWE Shop that I want to get that has that and incorporate. It's like that old school style shirt with like the face on the front where I would. Is
it the one where he's like posing like this? Yeah. It's got lightning. That was the one that he had in WCW forever.
Right. Yeah, it's an old school vintage like throwback shirt, and it's the kind of style that like that old school style that I would never wear. Like I'm never gonna wear a shirt where just like another dude's face just like big on the front, but I would buy that one and like wear it around the house. You know what I mean? Or I would buy it, cut the sleeves off, and then wear it as my Halloween shirt, but then I would have to rip it at some point.
We're gonna do a test of strength. They haven't really done anything yet.
They really haven't.
This is gonna be a 30-minute. This is gonna be a 30-minute match. I mean, are they reenacting pretty much their WrestleMania whatever match? Was it 4?
Was it 4 or 6? No, 6 was Warrior. Yeah, 4 is wait.
Mega Powers Collide, man.
Right. Well, what was 5? What was the main event of WrestleMania 5? I'll look it up.
I'm looking at my I don't know. I was trying to see if I had it on the DVD or VHS behind me, but I don't. Oh, we're locking up. Test of strength time.
I was going to say, that was at 5, dude. Hogan beat.
What was 4? 4 was them as a tag team. Yeah. Mega Powers. And then 5 is the Mega Powers implode.
Right. Look at me.
Dude, I wasn't a WWF guy when I was a kid. If you're asking me, if you want to ask me, like.
That's fair. No, that's fair because that's what we should do. I should be able to rely on you for WCW, and you should be able to rely on me for WWF.
Yeah, if you want to ask me what was going on with Ric Flair and who he was wrestling in the 80s, I got you.
Yeah. No, that's only fair.
In 88, Ric Flair was in a program with Ronnie Garvin, maybe, I think.
He just passed away too, I think, didn't he? Like recently?
I don't know. I wasn't really a Hands of Stone Ronnie Garvin fan.
Now that I mentioned it, I gotta look it up.
Man, Macho's got snap into it on his fucking tights too. Man, I bet that chop was hard. I couldn't see it, but it looked good.
No, he's alive. So I apologize, Mr. Garvin.
He had me fooled. He's a big fan of the show. He's gonna be super upset. She didn't know this.
Is he really?
Oh, that's awesome. Fan. He's a huge fan.
I know we're big with the wrestling, the inside wrestling community. I did not think that Ronnie Garvin was one of the ones that is circulated with that. I know that Jericho listens to us.
Yeah.
I know that.
Why wouldn't Ronnie Garvin listen to us, dude?
Right.
Rob Fuller is gonna be Rob Fuller is gonna be super pissed at you when Robert Parker tunes in and hears you talking shit about him, calling him Colonel Sanders instead of Colonel Rob Parker. He's probably gonna boycott our show.
I'll tell you what, if he wants to come on our show and defend his gimmick, then I'm more than happy to have him on and get his viewpoints on it. But until then, he might be a listener of the show, but he's
Hogan's throws those fists, man. That's like the move Hogan's got in this match. Fists.
This match?
Watch. Fists.
In this match?
Yeah. Have you ever seen Hogan in Japan? Dude, Hogan can throw like Hurricane Ranas and shit. And like head scissor takedowns if you watch him in Japan.
I know. It's so wild to me that never happened in America.
That's not what people wanted to see.
I know, but like I don't get that at all. Like this is what
I don't either, man. It's what made the money, dude. He sold this fucking pay-per-view out doing this. Everybody's standing too. Look.
And
So yeah, except for that guy in the front row right there on that side, but everybody else was standing.
but like, don't you think you would want to just do it every once in a while just to show everybody like I can do this? You know what I mean? Like, why do it
Why?
in Japan and hide it from the American audience?
Because the American audience doesn't give a fuck the way the Japanese audience gives a fuck.
Well, would you
His
ask?
wig came off. His toupee came off. Dude, we were just talking about it.
That's so funny.
We knew it. Okay.
That's great.
Well, that explains that.
That's so funny. I'm so glad that we sold it.
And he's got the ponytail in the back. Well, I knew he was doing it for a movie.
Now,
Like, I swear to you it was for a movie, man. I know that was for a movie because I remember them talking about it on Nitro. I knew he was always bald. I was like, God damn it. I know he doesn't have hair.
that is the
How
Hollywood.
stoned are we both? Me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't bring me into you.
How stoned am I for the two of us where that we both didn't realize that like that has to be a toupee? What we were talking about doesn't look right, but like
Yeah, but dude, that is the Hollywood Hulk Hogan that I remember and love. Because that's my favorite iteration of him.
this guy.
Is the late '90s Hulk Hogan, NWO Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, but if you go to the late 90s, like by 98, 90,
Right.
99, he's back to red and yellow.
You know what? I lied. When he came back,
It's like the Beatles. It feels like it's longer, but it's not.
when he came back to WWF and WWE, I guess it was WWE at that point, and he was in the red and gold doing and he had the title. I loved him then, and I loved when they brought back NWO at
He was Mr. America before that, wasn't he?
Yeah, it might have been in between. I forget if it was before or after, because
I wasn't really watching during that point. I was living life.
I believe that
I was out crushing drinks and chasing women and doing drugs and having a life. I was struggling to fucking watch wrestling.
I believe at that point Hogan either had the title and then after he lost it was feuding with McMahon for like a like if you lose you leave match, and then that might have been when
people were throwing Slim Jims at him. Did you see that?
Yeah, I wonder if they were giving him out in the crowd.
Yes, they were.
But anyway, I was saying I think it was like a loser leaves, and then he came back with the NWO.
No, he came back as Mr. America when he left, and they were like,
that's what I meant. Yeah, he came back with Mr. America, and then when he left, so that like Mr. America was in between his world title.
Oh, this Hulk Hogan's so good. I love it when he's Hollywooding it up, bro. He's so good at hamming it up because he's so not cool when he does it, but it's so cool when he does it at the same time, if that makes any sense. Like, it's like your grandpa trying to be really cool,
right?
But yet he's really cool.
I lied about all that. NWO came first in WWF because they were doing WrestleMania 18 was basically like NWO filled, and that was in like 2004 or something.
Sounds about right. Look at this.
Or 2002, 2003.
Well, what the fuck is she wearing? What kind of dress is Elizabeth wearing, dude? Is it because she's in Vegas that she's wearing like a Vegas like dancer dress?
I think for the it's a little 80s. I don't know, man. It's Miss Elizabeth. She can wear whatever she wants.
If it's 80s, then it's way fucking dated. It's at least 7 years out of style. Because I can count. But that's an interesting outfit she's got on.
Well, you know what? Because when Savage and Elizabeth go to NWO,
dude, you know what they just did? They had her come out because remember, this is just like WrestleMania, and she came out and was showing support for fucking Savage and Hogan. And you know what I mean? And she wasn't supposed to be there, and they're like, Elizabeth's there. She's they're redoing this whole fucking WrestleMania 5 spot. This match.
When Savage and Elizabeth go to NWO, Elizabeth ends up being a whole lot. Dressing different, talking different, all of that. So
she didn't really talk. Not much. But yeah, she definitely wore tighter dresses and was like showing cleavage more. But
and that's to come soon after this. So I wonder if that is done intentionally. Her wearing this dress is done intentionally so that the gap looks so much different when she soon after this turns to the NWO.
You should go look and see what she was wearing in WrestleMania 5. I know to want to dress like that, the color, but like it might have been a similar style. or cut. Because I remember WrestleMania 5. She comes out, doesn't she, and like gets involved.
Looks like she had a few outfits for WrestleMania 5, dude.
How is that possible? What about when she comes to the ring? She
First
can't
of all,
change.
that could be. Well, yeah, when
She
she
can't
comes
change out there in
in the
the.
match.
Man, this is such an 80s match where it's just like there's not been rest holds, but it's like punches and kicks and like clotheslines and like it's yeah. Watch Hogan's gonna put the boots to him. Nope. Shoulder. Step over.
I'm still looking for a picture of Miss Elizabeth at WrestleMania 5.
Slam by Savage. It's a little sloppy too. Savage. What's he gonna do?
Whatever, I give
Knee
up.
to the back. Man, Hogan went through the ropes. What the fuck is going on? I don't think they know what they're doing. All right. Hogan's gonna pull him out under the bottom instead of Savage coming out over the top. Savage leaped over the top like Hogan was supposed to pull him over, and Hogan was trying to pull him under, and they like kind of like, ah, whoops, and they just pulled him under. God, man, look at this. This has been running around the ring for fucking 3 minutes. This is great. We just did this spot before. Remember this? Second time. Oh, nice. Now he tackles him that time. Good stuff, Hogan. I like Hogan's boots, man.
Has there been any wrestling moves done?
Shoulder tackles and punches, man.
Oh, yeah, shoulder tackle. Oh, yeah. And that was a stiff clothesline, too, so I should give credit for that. But
There's been some clotheslines.
That was it. There was. I think I missed one.
Big boot. Oh, yeah. There's been a little bit. Macho Man did some moves.
I was gonna say I might have missed a couple of move sequence, but I was looking stuff up at one point. So.
You went to the bathroom also, didn't you?
Not during this match.
Oh.
No, last time I got up, went to the bathroom was the end.
Liz did this in WrestleMania 5 too, didn't she?
Yeah. But you know what? They did this intentionally a few times, didn't they? Like redo WWE spots or WWF spots in WCW.
Yeah, they wanted to do that with the first Nitro as well.
Right.
They were going to have Hogan versus Orndorff in the main event to reenact their program from 10 years ago and stuff, but Orndorff ended up knocking out Vader, and it fucked up that because Vader was going to come out and set up the match the next one, which we talked about earlier.
Missed the leg drop.
Hogan misses the leg drop.
You know what else is kind of funny? It seems like such.
What did he get handed?
Oh yeah.
He's got the foreign object. Elizabeth takes it from him. What is it? Get it back. Sometimes you got to take it from the woman, Hogan. Get it back. You can't let her do.
Oh, down goes Frazier.
Yeah, hit it in the back. Beat him up. DiBiase's going to get it. DiBiase's like, give me that shit.
Hogan's leg drop seems like such an easy move, but when you think about it, he does it for so long, just dropping on his butt. It's surprising that he doesn't have more like hip and back problems.
He wasn't putting a lot of effort into it. It wasn't like Bobby Eaton coming off the top.
No. But even just falling down like that without, like it's you'd be surprised when you do it for that long a period of time.
Yeah. Macho Man's going off the top. I'm pretty sure Macho doesn't win here.
Oh. Yeah, but we still got the elbow.
Nick Patrick, he's hurt. 1, 2. Oh, his neck. See, I knew it. Oh, his neck. Oh, it sucks. He's hurt.
Weak ass Nick Patrick.
He's hurt, man.
Somebody hit him. Somebody hit him with some trash.
With some trash. He's hurt, though. Why would you hit a guy that's hurt? Oh, Macho, that's not going to help his neck. He's really not going to be able to count now.
We got to get my buddy Shane on for our next watch along, dude. He's we did one on the broadcast show, False Finish, that I was on before this, and we were doing one of the Summer Slams with Bobby Heenan on commentary, and he was saying the funniest part of it was Bobby Heenan. Oh, he hit a man with glasses.
How are you listening to it?
Well, he actually mentioned it beforehand because it was like I think it was SummerSlam 92 or 3, whichever one was Hogan versus Sergeant Slaughter when he turned.
91, match made in heaven, match made in hell.
Yeah, was that 91? I thought that was 92. But anyway.
Wait, it might have been 92.
Either way.
90 was the Heat Returns, which was
Here comes
Warrior
Giant.
Rude in the cage.
Right. But yeah, so before that, leading into it, we were talking about Shane was talking about how solid Heenan is on commentary. And I think we were waiting for that.
It was 91 because it was the Iraq War. Sorry.
Okay.
Obvious answer. Because it was Ultimate Warrior and Hogan versus Sergeant Slaughter and the Sheik.
Did you see that very weak choke slam to the floor?
Because you don't want to break the Macho's back, brother. Macho's not a young spring chicken at this point either.
But it looked like Macho did all the work on that. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, you've got some green in there. Like, look at this. Just like Nick Patrick doesn't see it. He's hurt. Is he going to be okay?
He doesn't. He looks right at him and it acts like he doesn't see it.
He doesn't see it. He's okay. Oh, thank God he's all right, though. I thought he was really hurt. You better get that neck brace back on. He's selling that injury. Look at Bill Apter. I got to get a better picture for PWI. See, he's Apter just worked in the magazine, not the website. He was Pro Wrestling Illustrated and the Wrestling Insider.
That's what I'm saying. Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
Yeah, but PW. Oh, did he step down from the magazine? I thought you were talking about the website.
He recently stepped down as editor-in-chief of Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
Oh, I think he did that a while back, didn't he?
I thought it was actually one of the recent issues that I bought that had it was like the first editor-in-chief like in cover editorial that they write, and it was him basically just talking about how
Big Show fucked that up. Damn it, Elizabeth. He was like telling Elizabeth to get out of the way, and he fucked it up, and now he's got a little bit left though to wake Hogan up. He's going to wake Hogan up so they can celebrate. Oh, Hogan's up. He's up.
You got some domestic issues going on in the background or something?
Who, me?
Yeah.
My roommate's playing video games, I think.
Oh, okay. I just heard yelling. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, dude. He's getting excited on the video game machine.
All right, well, good.
You know how it gets playing Kill Game 5 or whatever the fuck it is.
I'm glad it's not a domestic violence issue. That background set really is, or the entrance set really is awesome. And now we got
a classic NWO promo they're going to cut here. Or you just going to hate him, brother. Oh, too sweet.
With Giant behind them.
Yeah, I mean, what is Hogan talking about here? Who's the real king of Hollywood is? Oh, I bet it's him.
Mm-hmm.
He's tired of Ted Turner. He's taking over the WCW. Everybody gets in the ring with the NWO or Hulk Hogan is.
Man, I just love that NWO belt.
Going down.
The WCW belt with the spray paint on it looks so cool back then. More trash.
It was such a like disrespectful thing to do. It's beautiful. Like how bad guy is that though? You know what I mean? To tarnish the belt, like fucking great. Tag it with spray paint. Who's on their way down? Is it? I can't tell what's happening.
It's probably the rest of the NWO, right?
Is it music? Is it Sting's music?
What's this music? What is this?
Hold on, I'm gonna turn your volume up. What music is it? Turn your volume up.
Hold on. Oh, it's Roddy Piper!
Okay.
Nice. My man.
And who's coming out with him in the back? Who's with him?
My man. Check it out, baby.
What's that with him? Who is behind him?
Hold whole lot of Roddy behind me.
I got a Roddy Piper poster.
Do you really? Oh, yeah, you do.
Right here. There we go.
It's still Roddy's music, so I don't know who's with him. If
There was some guy walking behind him, but he didn't get in the ring with him.
I didn't see it, but I love Roddy Piper.
So this is setting up Roddy Piper versus Hulk Hogan at Starrcade.
Yeah.
So we get like a 3-month build for that. So. Well, this is cool. I forgot about Piper coming back this pay-per-view.
I didn't know about this either.
I figured that for some reason I figured this had already happened.
Well, I'm glad you forgot because this is a nice surprise.
Yeah, for some reason I thought the music would be Sting. Look at Bill Apter's even shocked. Look at him. He's like, I got to get a good shot. I got to get a good shot. He's all freaking out. Man, Roddy Piper was fun on the mic because he said a lot of things that were pretty edgy. You know what I mean? More Slim Jims flying in the ring.
That's so fun. They must have been giving those out.
I can't stop looking at that Papa Shango shirt. It's beautiful. Look at it. Front row right there in the front. He's showing it too. Look at him.
And pointing at himself. He knows.
They're all talking shit. They're all like, this is where it's at. It's all about Papa Shango, bitch.
Now, I'd like to think that he knew that 24 years from now, we were going to be talking about his shirt, and he's actually pointing to
I want to find him. I want to find the guy that's wearing that Papa Shango shirt and have him on the show. Be like, where did you get that? Did you make it yourself? And how did you do such a good job? God, Piper's hot. He's screaming.
He always is, dude. But that's the thing.
Piper's got hair like my mom does now.
You know, that's one of the things that I love the most about Piper, though, was he was somebody that was always amped up, but it never seemed synthetic. Like, it never seemed fake. It never seemed like it was forced. It always seemed like it was genuine, despite the fact that it was always, like, at another, like top notch, like, at like, notch 10. You know what I mean?
He was Spinal Tap, dude. He was at 11.
That's what I mean. I was trying to get to that, but, like, but it never seemed forced. You get to, like, these days, the first person that comes to mind is Dolph Ziggler when he was coming through, like, it should have been me. And week after week, he was coming out and giving and I clawed, and I tried. And it was like, it never resonated with me because it seemed like it was so forced. But yeah. Roddy Piper's promos were always the same way. And it always hit for me. I don't know.
Did you ever watch Roddy Piper's TNA little run?
Well, as he got older, he didn't have to yell as much. But
dude, did you see his TNA run? It was right after, like, it was shooting on Russo. Like, it was pretty fucking intense.
Right.
Because Russo was booking, and he came in and just shot on Russo for killing Owen Hart.
Really?
Wild. You should look that promo up. Look up the Roddy Piper TNA one when you get a chance. It's fun.
They put it on the what was that from? Was that on a pay-per-view or was that on?
Oh, it was during the weekly pay-per-view time. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I remember when I first found out about TNA, because again, like, you got to remember the age gap. So we're talking about things, but I'm talking about knowing it when I was like 7, 8 years old.
Well, TNA was 2002.
So, all right, so I would have been like that summer. I would have been like 11.
Wait, or was it 2004?
Was it that late? Here, I'll look that up. You got it?
Yeah, I'm looking it up because I was living in Knoxville, so when it started, I want to say because I went to some of those. I want to say, founded 2002, June 19th, 2002.
Okay, yeah. So that summer, when it first started with, like you said, the weekly pay-per-views, I would have been 11, and I was so sad that, like, Road Dogg and X-Pac were out of, or at least X-Pac was out of WWF. And I remember getting a wrestling magazine and seeing them on it and being like, wait, what? They're still wrestling? There's more than just WWF and backyard stuff?
Yeah, because I remember, like, I went to, because they were in Knoxville or in Nashville to start with, because they did their thing there at the fairgrounds in Nashville. Right. And I was living in Knoxville in 2003 when I was going to UT.
Uh-huh.
So we would go down, and we went to like 2 of them. I talked my roommate into going to them at the time, so we went to a couple of them. Man, I wonder what these two are talking about right now. Hogan looks mad. That's acting, brother. Look at him.
I always forgot you went to Tennessee.
Yeah, 1 semester, and then my grandpa got sick, and I moved home to take care of him. But I had to live in Tennessee for a year and a half to get residency before I fucking went to school. So I lived there for a year and a half before I went to school there, and I just barely went to school before my grandpa got sick and I moved home.
But
So
as far as like cheering for like football, and you're such, I mean, you
I
grew up.
wore my Georgia shit to every Tennessee game, even if it wasn't a Georgia Tennessee game.
But what made you want to go to UT originally, though?
Oh, sports journalism and sports broadcasting.
Just had a really strong program.
Yeah. They were one of the best in the country at sports journalism and sports broadcasting.
I got you.
Still are.
Yeah.
It's like USC was really good in Southern Cal, but like UT was really good as well. You know, Kevin Nash went to UT, played basketball there.
Yeah.
Center. He was a center because he was tall. Look at this. Don't trust him, Roddy. Oh.
I'm just waiting
for that. No shenanigans. Uh-oh. Here it comes. He's going to taunt him now. And the Piper's going to have to come back. Yep. Uh-oh. Piper can't handle it. Shit talking.
Yeah, baby.
That's how you get a Piper. You just let him walk away and then you talk shit.
Yeah. And Piper was always so good at that. Like, just I act like there were things he wasn't good at. I'm such a mark for him. Look at this.
He's short. He wasn't that tall. But Hogan was tall, man. Hogan was like 6'5".
I was gonna say, like, yeah, you're probably right. He's probably like 6'5" or something. I think they used to bill him at 6'6", but let's be honest. And NBA rules.
Yeah, Charles Barkley was 6'11", and he wasn't. He was no more than 6'4", I think, and he played power forward.
When I used to work at a Miller's Ale House, and he came in one time. 2000 would have been 2014, maybe.
Charles Barkley?
15, yeah.
And this one he was all fat and swelled up though, so gravity was pulling him down.
And he also I don't know if he just had a surgery or
it's going off the air, man.
But he was kind of hunched over. But even then, man,
wow.
Even hunched over, he did look really tall.
It goes off the air with them talking shit to each other.
Yeah.
So we got Nitro coming up tomorrow night. We'll have to find out what happens on Nitro. What happened when the pay-per-view went off the air? We'll have to watch Nitro to find out. This is probably what they were saying. Oh, we're running out of time. Tune in tomorrow night, folks. We're out of time. We'll let you know.
Overall, I thought that it's funny, man. The matches that I was most looking forward to are the ones that I thought didn't deliver, and the ones that I was always looking forward to Ray and Dean. But what was your favorite match in looking back on it?
Ray and Dean was really good, but I'd say that probably Syxx and Jericho was good too.
Yeah, dude, that was a really good one. I really like DDP and Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, that was a different match. You know, it was a different feel. I mean, all the matches did a good job of like having a different style. Like, yeah, every match felt a little different too.
But it's funny. I was really looking forward to the last 3 matches: the tag team match with Faces of Fear, the Harlem Heat match, and then the world title match. And then looking back on it, I think they were probably the 3 that maybe got me the least interested, except for maybe Jeff Jarrett and the Giant, because that was just a lot of rest holds. But other than that, everything was fire back then.
I would have loved to have seen Juventud Guerrero Psychosis versus Damien and Halloween on that one, though, too. That would have been a fucking banger.
I know, right? And what was the other one?
Pat Tanaka versus Jim Powers.
Yeah.
Pat Tanaka from the Orient Express.
Mm-hmm. But I agree that
Powers.
That Juventud and Psychosis match would have been cool.
Yeah, that would have been good. But that was a fun pay-per-view. So we're going to do another one of these, though, and we were requested by a fan, Nick. I can't remember his last name. It was Nick, forgive me. I apologize, buddy, for not remembering your last name. But he requested we do a Superstars 1993 episode, a specific one. I can't remember which one it was. Is I have to pull that up. But we'll do that for him. That'll probably be the next one we do. We'll probably do that one, next week or later this week, maybe, something?
We can probably do that later this week.
It's a short. It's a Superstars episode, so it's
right.
not really long. So we can do that one later this week as a special.
And a watch along. I don't really have to. I'm not really. I don't
have to research anything, obviously.
No. I was going to say I don't have to edit it all. So yeah, absolutely. And we can give him proper credit on that episode.
Yeah, and we got an interview with. Sent you. We're gonna interview this week with the guy from the collective weekend that was getting some buzz. Trevor Outlaw, the guy that shot himself in the nuts with the confetti launcher.
So I'm really excited to talk Plaxico Burress, and I hope he doesn't hit me already.
I know, that was good.
But that's excited. I mean, it sounds like he's being a good sport about it, though.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, he's getting some notoriety. It looked so. I thought it had to be fake. I was like, that's got to be a work when I saw it. He was like, no, dude, it's legit. So I was like, we got to get you on the show. I had to try to swoop in there and book him on it before my man Sean Sapp stole him from us, dude. He wanted to get him. I was like, I'm going to get him first. So yeah, we'll have him coming up Tuesday at the latest. So this is Sunday night, so probably not tomorrow. So I guess we'll do him Tuesday at 3 if that's good with you. Then so we'll have him. That'll be up Tuesday night or Wednesday morning. So we'll do that. We got to watch along that,
and then we want to do it for everybody. We want to do another Halloween Havoc watch along, right?
Yeah, we'll do another Halloween Havoc. So we'll put that poll up. We'll let that poll run for a few days this week, and we might do that next weekend.
No pressure to lock you down on what years you're going to go with, but.
I know that I can tell you two of them right now.
Which ones?
89 and 90.
Cool. I was hoping you were going to go on the early side with it.
Mm-hmm.
Will you
First 2 years, 89 and 90 are going to be two in there, and then the other two.
Throw a later one in? Will you throw one later?
Oh yeah. Well, 2000 is the last one because 2001 didn't make it. So I don't know if I put that one back up. That was one. That was Vampiro on it.
That was your vote for mine, right?
Yeah, for this poll, I voted for that one. So I might put that one back in there. And then I might pick another middle of the road one, an NWO era one. I might go 90. Well, 97, if I pick that one, everybody's going to vote for that one because of Ray versus Eddie. Mm-hmm. So I might not pick 97 because I know everybody's going to choose that one. So I might not pick that one. So we'll see. I'm going to pick it.
He's going to be mad. He's going to be mad to hear that because I think he wrote that in on my.
That's the one he wants. Well, you can put that one in the other one that you do for him next week.
Another one.
Yeah, another one. Fucking DJ Khaled style. So yeah, we'll record. We'll do the one this week during the week because that'll be a short one. And then we'll do one this weekend like we did maybe next Sunday. So is there a pay-per-view next weekend?
Hell in a Cell is, I believe, not. Yeah. Next weekend, not this weekend coming up, but then the following weekend. Yeah.
Okay, so then we can do another Halloween Havoc this weekend.
Sure.
We'll do another one. We'll run the poll. So we'll do a poll on Twitter. Everybody can follow us on the podcast Twitter at bodyslam_pod. We'll run that poll for years. You guys can vote. Excuse me, you can vote the 4 years. But I can tell you now I'm going to do 89, 90, and I might pull 2000 back in, but we'll see. I'm definitely doing 89 and 90.
Sounds good to me, buddy. Well, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, so let's do this. Let's see. Everybody go check out the website, bodyslam.net, of course, for your wrestling news and results and all that good stuff. You can find me on the Twitter at _Casshole with 3 O's, CASSHOOOLE. You can find Body Slam's website on Twitter at bodyslamnet. And Dom, where can we find you? Where can we keep track of you at?
Twitter, Dom_Malin, MALLON, and I'm also very old school with smoke signals and carrier pigeon is my preferred method.
That's what's up.
Do you ever see the Hey Arnold episode with oh my God.
You gotta remember time.
We gotta stop. Oh yeah, true.
That was by the time Hey Arnold was on, I was probably like middle school.
Yeah, you're not watching cartoon like.
I mean, I was, but it wasn't like.
Not like that though.
Not like that. You know what I mean? Like they're on, and I might occasionally watch it, but it's not like my day doesn't
Yeah,
revolve around
I
it.
know what you mean. When you get to that like late grade school, early high school age, you still get every once in a while like the desire to watch an occasional cartoon that you grew up on, but it's not the kind of thing where you're putting on Saturday cartoons and watching them all like all the time.
Yeah, like I'm starting to do shit, and I'm
Yeah.
not around for
What
yeah.
was, what was that? What age did you get to when your go-to channel stopped being Nickelodeon or like Cartoon Network and started being ESPN?
Oh, the Cartoon Network wasn't even really around when I was a kid. It was Nickelodeon, and then Nick at
Right,
Night was on, and
right,
then.
right, right. Okay,
But the
so
thing was,
it
is
was the
like I
same.
watched ESPN a lot as a kid because in the afternoons, like I said, GWF was on, so I watched a lot of GWF in the afternoon as a kid because I'd come home from the bus and I could watch wrestling at 5 o'clock. I could get 2 hours. I think it was at 4 o'clock. So
Mm.
they had Monster Trucks on ESPN in the afternoon and wrestling every day. So I could watch like 2 or 3 hours of Monster Trucks and wrestling every day, and then still get my like Batman animated series, my Spider-Man, X-Men, because that was like 3 o'clock was like Spider-Man, X-Men,
Right.
Batman, Power Rangers, and then like wrestling and monster trucks like every afternoon. So like it was that, and then yeah, I went to ESPN for my afternoon wrestling, monster trucks, and then sports fix.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that was my like middle school era. Was I think that my middle school and because middle school and late elementary school had that on ESPN for me. So
Right.
I was doing that. I was that big Batman animated series kid. I watched that through middle school. That was different. That kind of cartoon was kind of what took me instead of the like Nickelodeon shit.
I feel you. I just remember there being a distinct period in my life where, like, around like fourth grade, I just noticed that it seemed to be more and more that it was like my go-to channel when I would just sit down to watch TV was always. It went from being like I put on Nickelodeon first, and then at commercials I would flip over to ESPN
Mm.
or like whatever else is on. And then around that time period, around like fourth grade, is when it seemed to me like I was always putting on ESPN, seeing what's on ESPN two, seeing what's on there. Then
Well,
at
I
a
was 10 years
commercial,
old when what we were just watching was on, so I was big into that, like WCW at 10 years old.
right? But
Because I
for
was big. The Monday Night Wars was happening when I was a kid, dude. So like I kind of got sucked out of like the cartoons and stuff in middle school, like
yeah,
era, because I was big into this.
but wrestling wasn't always on back then like it is now.
Dude, are you kidding me? Yes, it was. WCW had WCW Saturday Night, which came
Right.
on at night. The Power Hour, which came on in the morning. WCW Main Event on Sunday. Then you had Nitro on the night on Monday night, and then about 2 more years they added Thunder on Thursdays and Wednesdays.
Right, but
And then WWF had
I'm talking about during the day. Most of this stuff was at night.
oh,
The only stuff that you have during the day is, like you said, Saturday mornings. You had that 1 hour power hour, and I
and
love
Main
that.
Event, and then
And main
WCW
event,
Worldwide. There was WCW Worldwide as well.
and WWF had Live Wire.
Superstars,
That was it during the
Superstars,
day. Everything else.
Superstars was Saturday morning for me.
And Live Wire was Sunday mornings, maybe.
That one I don't remember because I was one of those that like it was different times because my USA picked up a different like it was never
Okay.
on like I could go to like somewhere else and like visit a family member and it wouldn't be on at the same time.
I think Live Wire was just like a recap show. Well, there weren't matches.
Yeah. But no, there was a good bit on there, but it was only on weekends during the day. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like you might have like 1 o'clock or something like something random comes on like USA for WWF, but WCW, they're like all weekends. Like I could pretty much watch wrestling every morning and every evening on the weekends, plus then months. Like so that's like that was what I woke up and didn't watch Saturday morning cartoons. I woke up and watched WCW Power Hour every Saturday morning at 9 o'clock, 9:05 every a.m. And it came on. I remember when I was a real little, it came on at 11 o'clock at night on Friday night,
Hmm.
like 89 and 90.
Right.
So like 1990 going into like Halloween Havoc 90, I remember it being on Friday nights. And then they moved to a new time slot Saturday morning at 9 a.m.
Mhm.
So that was right around that. So like that's my childhood was that. So a lot of cartoons, I didn't really do Saturday morning cartoons because I had to watch 2 hours of wrestling as a kid because that was my shit. That was all I did.
I used to love watching, like you said. I think it was for me. It was always on at 9 Eastern. Was Superstars, but I never remember. I always remember trying to catch the WCW shows, and I knew like it always seemed like it was never on at a specific time. And a
6:05 Saturday night, brother.
well, okay, so on Saturday night, but during the day, I would occasionally see Thunder on, like you said, Wednesdays or something.
Thunder was always at 8 o'clock at night on Thursday when they just
But
started. They didn't start Thunder until '98.
It might have just been a regional thing, but they would show replays of it. So there was like in the summer, I remember I would like go to I would be out and I would come back and see in the middle of the day Thunder on. And I'd be like, ooh.
Oh, that's weird. No, I didn't know they even did that. That might have just been regional for you. Or maybe I just didn't pay attention during the day to watch it because I already watched it at night.
But
I know they would show it like a lot of times they showed it like later on that night too. Like TNT would have like a replay at 1 a.m. or something.
That's a big part of the reason why I'm so unschooled with that era in WCW was because I was always in bed by the time most of this shit was going on.
Yeah, you were a lot younger than I was. I remember. I forget because I was, like I said, I'm like 10 years old, 12 years old. So you could pretty much, you can stay up till like if you're good till like 9, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock sometimes.
But now by the time I'm 12 years old, we're getting into like 2002, 2003. And during that time, I was watching everything on Raw and I knew everything that was going on. But during like just 2 or 3 years prior, I'm really going off of whatever my brother watched and told me about. And that was always WWF. So what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? Well, that was fun, man. Halloween, kicking Halloween off right, October month. Spooky stuff.
I love doing like Halloween related binge watching during
well, that's why I wanted to do Halloween Havoc because that was like always my favorite. So as soon as you said that, I'm like, we're doing a Halloween Havoc themed month.
I was going to say, and I always love doing that with wrestling stuff. Once we get through this, once we get into November, I love doing Survivor Series stuff and binge watching, like every night I'll throw on a different Survivor Series and fall asleep to it. And I love it. It's my favorite time of year to do that. So
really, I was never a big Survivor Series guy.
Oh my God. I loved it.
Just because when I was a kid, it was, I don't know. It just seemed. I mean, I like how they took all the storylines and kind of merged them together to group teams. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. I guess I wasn't a big WWF guy, so I never really wasn't. I only got the storylines like leading up to it, so I wasn't invested fully. You know what I mean? Because
no, I feel you.
Well, I know that like, if I remember correctly, they used to do a Saturday night show, or no, not Saturday night, but Survivor Series used to be on Thanksgiving or the night before Thanksgiving every year.
Yep.
And on USA, they would do a show like the eve before, like the night before Survivor Series.
Yeah, they had like a talk show.
No, sometimes they have wrestling on it too, but that was like when they had the gobbledygooker egg out and they were teasing it on that show. But it was like they did that every year. I remember that. I would catch that.
Okay.
I'd be at my grandparents' house and would just accidentally catch that. Sometimes just flipping through the channels. But that was the thing too, is I didn't know that I would never know that it was regularly on. It would just be an accident that I would catch WWF here.
Dude, I feel like that's like a common complaint about the Survivor Series is it's just like people pass it up because there's not solid storylines. It's kind of just the converging of different storylines. I always liked it because it's around my birthday. So it was always special to me. It was like the special month where it's like, oh, maybe I can get my parents to order this one because it's my birthday. But that and now later in life, I love it because it's an easy way to throw one on and see like 30 or 40 different people from that era, and you don't have to know what's going on with the storyline. But they all get in, they all do their move set, and then they get out. You know.
My problem watching the old ones is you get all those guys that want to get their moveset in, but they get blown up so quick. So it's like clothesline, like power slam, and then headlock for 5 minutes. You know,
all right.
It's like and armbar for 7 minutes. You're like, oh my god, this is a 32-minute match. It's like 18 minutes of arm bars and headlocks. You're like, god damn it.
Especially in those early years, like you said, when
that's what I was saying.
Thanksgiving, they just had Thanksgiving dinner. They're all like tripped out on tryptophan.
And well, WCW Starrcade used to be on Christmas Eve.
Oh, that's right. I always see again because that was something
And that was one because I would spend Christmas with my grandparents and my family. We would always go down to Atlanta for Christmas because that's where our family's from. So I was always like, somebody take me to Starrcade. Somebody take me to Starrcade. So when I was a little kid, I was always trying to go to Starrcade every year when it was in the Omni down in Atlanta. I never got to go. But I would always watch, like, they would always have the show. They would always do a show at 11 o'clock at night leading up to pre-Omni, like tomorrow night at the Omni, you know, because it's a big deal leading into Starrcade or whatever, or any like big Omni show in Atlanta. They would do a thing that would be on locally down there that I would always watch. Mm-hmm. You probably got a lot of, well, no, you were too young for the ECW run up there where you were.
I was able to watch it because it was on the public cable access TV.
How little were you though during the 95, 96, 97, 98?
First, second grade.
So no, you didn't get to appreciate it.
Not to the extent that I could have, but more than you would think because I was able to see it late night. Because I would stay over at my grandparents' house a lot, and they didn't have cable, but I was still able to see that. And I was staying up late when I was over at my grandparents', so I was able to see it on TV. I wasn't seeing
Like
it live, but I was
it
still
would
able to
come
see it.
on.
Yeah, as
Yeah.
it was
Oh,
going on.
I didn't get to see it live because it came on Fox Sports South or Sports South here. Is
Not
like Fox
live, but
Sports
like
South, but
I meant live in the sense that like when it's taped for TV and it's playing on TV.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
during
yeah.
that
So
time, I was watching it as it was going
yeah,
on.
same. But I was old enough to like be fucking all in. Oh, dude, like that was some shit.
Yeah.
And it came on at 1 o'clock. I had to stay up to 1 o'clock in the morning to watch it every week.
We should watch along an ECW pay-per-view sometime.
I want to do one of those for November. I want to do a November to remember.
Okay. We can do that.
Yeah, November to remember. 97 is a good one. That's the Shane Douglas one when he
Dude,
wins the belt.
we're just rambling, buddy. I still got some work to do tonight, and it's
All right.
So
Well,
let's
man,
call it a night. Let's wrap it up.
this is it for this one. This is fun. This is a good gimmick. We'll see how this goes.
Thanks to everybody for listening. If you're
We appreciate you.
If you're listening on any of the major podcast platforms that we're available on, just to reiterate, we are available on YouTube, and you can see the video and audio version of that there. But again, we are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcast, a whole bunch of other stuff. So
Yeah, we're gonna get some more. We need to get Stitcher on there too, and a couple others. But
oh, right, that's one. Anyway, thanks for listening, guys, and make sure you head over on Twitter, chat us up this week, and give Cass and I your thoughts on which Halloween Havoc you want to hear next.
subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on everything. Yeah, stay in touch with us. Keep up, comment on things. Do all that good stuff, man. We appreciate you.
Okay, bye, guys.